look good, dude. You know.
I gotta get my shirt in. Can you zoom in right here? How do you zoom in?
Zoomer in. Wait for a few people to get on, then we'll kick it. You can see it already, Lena?
Usually tells me when you go live.
What's up, Angel?
Yeah.
Jasmine's on. You got a little live link to it?
So you want to share it?
Yeah, share it. Share it. Share it.
There you go.
So we can see the comments is kind of right. So, happy Wednesday, wherever you might be tuning in from. I'm doing my episode 6. Don't let this it jacks me up because you're watching. It's kind of delayed. It's
What's going on? Which one do I follow?
Yeah. We're doing episode 6 of Wacky Wednesday. If you never tuned in, thank you for tuning in. Today, I got a good, my brother in Christ. We go to the same church, and just so happens to be a lawyer, man. So we kicked it off since I known him. A great guy, great family guy. And I called him last week, and I said, man, I actually hit you up on Wednesday, right? Or no, not Wednesday. Saturday, Sunday? Sometime this week, and I hit him up. And
Yeah, I think it was last minute.
I was like, what are you doing on Wednesday? And he gave me the eyeball look, like he kind of knew what was coming. And then when I told him, he was like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. But without further ado, man, my special guest is Rene, Zarazua, right?
Zarazua.
I said it right? Zarazua. So and that name's not very popular, bro. It doesn't end in a Z. It starts with a Z.
It starts with a Z, Zarazua, 2 Z's.
Two Z's.
So, but yeah, we got a lot of them here in town. We got a lot of that are doing some big things. So, shout out. So basically, I started calling it a show, right? But it's just a live, man. I started eating some raw meat. And people started hitting me up like, hey, man, I had fun. I got drunk like a dummy. And so my guests, if they want to have a drink, they can have a drink, man. We're open to anything. I like to have people on here that have walked the walk. And even if they haven't walked the walk, they can talk the talk. There's no script. Rene, again, like I said, my last week guest, there's nothing here, right? We don't have no notes. I told him before, we kind of just, what I say, shoot from the hip. We kind of just shoot from the hip, talk about whatever you want. If you have questions, man, we can see your questions down here. If you got comments, if you like it, hit some hearts, give us some hearts. Let us know that people are out there watching as our numbers go up. Last week we had over 3,000 viewers, bro. That is awesome.
3,000 viewers,
cool.
and like this is just we don't. I don't know. It's not
Now you're
professional.
making me nervous, man.
No, you're good.
I don't know if I can top that.
So they're already starting. Yes, I'm wearing a Spurs shirt. They're already starting with the Spurs stuff.
Yes,
Best
sir.
power forward of all time.
I agree.
Had a better career than Kobe Bryant.
Lakers fans, there's a lot of them here too.
So so again, I started eating meat, man, and I people were freaking out what I was eating, and then I got drunk, and then people started hitting me up like, hey, that was fun, do it again. So I called it Wacky Wednesdays. What's up, Blaine? How you doing, man? I called it Wacky Wednesdays because where my wife's from, there's a pizza place. There's one here in San Antonio called Hungry Howie's, and they have a special called Wacky Wednesday, and we so happen to get pizza that Wednesday, and it just kind of stuck and kind of went with it. But that's what I call it. So again, we just talk about whatever, man. We just kind of shoot from the hip, whatever y'all want to talk about. If y'all have a comment, y'all have any shout outs, let me know. Y'all have birthdays. I think I already had one up here. There was already a birthday. See that, dude? We missed all that already. Happy birthday to my niece, Mackenzie. Happy birthday, mija. Yeah, we have people. Let's see. People saying that. What's up, Blaine? Limitations if your brother tried to set you on fire. What the hell? But
Plead the fifth on that one.
There's already people hating on Kobe. But yeah, so today, like
the show's not just about me. It's about I could bring my guests. Hey, if you want to be a guest, dude, if you own a business, if you've been through something crazy in your life, you want to talk about it, you want to let other people know, yo, hit me up, man. Hit me up. Let me know. I'll put you on the calendar, and we'll go from there. I literally have a calendar going right now because people have hit me up like, hey, I want to come on. I want to come on. So people who are really busy, I know they like. He's a busy person, so for him to give me his time, first of all, it means a lot to me, man. Thank you, hanging out.
I appreciate you.
Actually, our wives are in another meeting in another room. I'm not even exaggerating. They're in a Zoom meeting in another room about our church. They're having a church meeting. So, see, look, they're already hating fool to keep it down. What the hell? But without further ado, man, Rene, are you born and raised here in San Antonio, or?
Yeah, well, again, thank you for allowing me to be here. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I was born and raised here in San Antonio. I tried to get out of San Antonio so many times for college, maybe even law school, and it just didn't work out. So I went to St. Luke's Catholic School.
St. Luke's Catholic School. That's a high school?
That's off of Callahan. That's from 1st to 8th grade. So
okay.
I went there off of Callahan and 410.
Cool.
So you guys might have seen that. And then I went to Central Catholic after that, Central Catholic High School, if you guys have heard of that.
So you're a button?
I am a button.
Y'all don't know what a button is? There's a button right there.
Central Catholic, St. Mary's for law school. You know, try to get out. I tried to go to New York. I went there one time.
After law school or before law school?
I went there before law school, and so I wanted to go to school there, and I loved it, and I just never made it out.
Like New York, when you say New York, you like New York City or like New York the state?
Nah, New York City.
City.
We had visited one time with my aunt, and I love the atmosphere. I applied to NYU. I did get in, and then my dad's like, that's like $40,000 a year, right? And I'm like,
dude, St. Mary's ain't that much
no,
off,
you're right. And that was the thing is had gotten a scholarship. I had some friends that helped me apply for scholarships, and I did that. So it was almost like a free ride. So, it was not really a tough choice, honestly.
Man, dude, but you said something like New York. I have people on here right now. He just checked in. Abe, he lives in New York City. Has some other friends from New York City. My daughter's in New York. Not in New York City, but she's in upstate. Jalen, what's up?
I know Jalen.
Dude, the people. Oh yeah, you do know Jalen. We'll get into that a little bit later. We'll get into that a little bit later. I think the people in New York, like you said, you like the atmosphere. To me, it was like gloomy, gray, and like if you weren't from there, they know you're not from there, and like everybody's rude. It's not like there's no Southern hospitality whatsoever. It's like people are moving from point A to point B and don't get in their way. They don't have time to explain anything to you. It's not like here where somebody will be glad to stop and talk to you and kind of like, you know what I mean?
No, so, I agree. I'm an introvert, I think, initially. So for me, I can mind my own business. I walk fast, so I would blend in perfectly there. And that's kind of why I liked it. It just appealed to me.
You don't like to be bothered. Just say it, dog.
No.
Just kind of like, hey, let me go.
What do they say? There's, I'm an introvert. Obviously, I have to be an extrovert for my job. But usually, I just like to wind down and just kind of chill, keep to myself for the most part.
Hey, they're already hitting that. We are not rude. Yes, you are. You guys are freaking rude over there. But
hey, I love New Yorkers.
So when you came to St. Mary's, did you stay on campus or you still stayed at home? What'd you kind of do?
I think because I was able to get, a lot of scholarships, I was able to stay on campus, and as soon as I hit 18, it was like, man, I'm going to get out of the house. I want to do my own thing. I'm independent. I like to think of myself as independent and be independent. Mm-hmm. I moved on to campus. So I was on campus for at least my first and last year. In the years in between, I lived with my cousin, Janet.
Here in San Antonio?
Here in San Antonio, yeah.
Man, that's crazy. My daughter went to St. Mary's and kind of the same thing. Like, we lived here. Like, so does it make sense to, live here at home, save some money, not go on campus? I think a lot of my friends that have kids that are going to college. I got another one leaving the next year in August, going to Texas State, and we're close enough to where if she wanted to stay at home, they could stay at home. But I think they get a better. What's the word here? I think they're more focused and more centered if they live on campus. They're eating and breathing and waking up to being, hey, I'm here at college. You know what I mean? I'm not at home. They don't get comfortable. So that's kind of a good thing. So you went to how long is law school, dude? I always hear it's like 50 years long or something.
It kind of depends on how much you study. I tried to study a lot, so it was usually it's about 3 years. I think that's pretty much the average, unless you go to a night program.
3 years,
and it'll be about 5 years. Yeah.
Dang, that's a lot. That's a lot, bro.
College is longer, so or at least for me it was 4 years of college and then straight into law school. Not too bad.
That's a long time.
Years.
That's a long time.
No, it is. But I mean, you're working in between. That's part of what the college experience is too. You're out there, you're studying, you're mixing, you're mingling, you're working. I mean, trying to create young adults with.
Dude, I had some friends. As a matter of fact, I don't know if she's gonna be on, but her fiance will be on next week, and she's a principal of a school. And when we first moved here to San Antonio, she went to Rice. And they had this big homecoming. They were playing UTSA. And so we went over to Houston. And literally, dude, it was my first time in actually like stepping foot on a college campus and like kind of seeing the whole college atmosphere.
Yeah.
And dude, if somebody would have taken my hand and like taken me to a college campus and shown me that before the Marine Corps, man, dude, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know if I would have been a Marine, for real.
Yeah, no, I've been
like, I literally saw a lady under the tree, like a shady tree, reading a book. I'm like, yo, is this a movie? Kids on bikes. You know what I mean? And you know, Rice, it's a nice university.
Yeah,
dude. Everything's green,
good university.
freaking nice there in Houston. So, excuse me. It was kind of like it was a unique situation for me to kind of see the whole college life. And I told her, I said, man, if somebody would have just showed me that, you know what I mean? And I think, I don't know about in your family, but in my family, like college for Chicanos, bro, it's new. I mean, you might not think so, but in our culture, I think it's still fairly new, dude. Honestly, what do you think? Like college in our culture, do you think it's new?
I would agree. I think now there's more generations. I was very blessed because my mom had graduated from college, right? My dad had graduated from college. He has his master's degree, So in that sense, I was blessed because they had that background. But, I think now some of the first generations are graduating and hopefully that'll continue, It's kind of crazy. But kind of off what you were saying earlier about staying on campus, I really enjoyed that my parents, allowed me to do that because it did enable me to have some of those college experiences, whether it be going to, a party or staying up all night studying with friends and stuff like that.
That's why I don't want to hear that right now. My daughter's leaving the nest.
But you instilled good values in them here, so you don't have to expect it to be a big drastic change later on.
I can vouch for that. I can say all my kids that have gone to college, they've all done good things. I got a daughter that's still here at home and goes to college. She gets up and goes to class every day. So I guess your upbringing will help you out a little bit, but it's just scary, dude. Like I used to just think about like people, my friends who have had parents or you go to their houses and you see like their certificates on the wall and be like, yo, like that's pretty cool. Not knocking our parents, you know what I mean? My mom and dad, they worked their whole lives to give us what we needed. Maybe not what we wanted, but we always had what we needed. That's something to bring up. You know what I mean? I think I always talk about our culture, and I just said it last week, man. I think what I get angry with, dude, is like in Texas history. What do we take Texas histories in? What, 7th grade? Yeah. Something like that, 6th or 7th grade. You do the whole year of Texas history. Real quick, shout out to my son who's graduating Friday from Pettis, Texas. Hell yeah, Robert. Badass, bro. Congratulations to your son, Justin Lee Guyona, and the Pettis Eagles down there in B County. Congrats, man. Next lawyer coming your way.
There you go.
Hey, Robert, Guyonas, they always need a lawyer. I love you, bro. I love you. No, man, it's something that I think it kind of bothers me sometimes that we have no history. If you think about it, like we have no history other than when you think of a Mexican American or a Mexican in general, and I'm not being racial. Those all my people that are all, I'm just specifically thinking of my culture. We have nothing in Texas history but showing up to the Alamo and doing that massacre, moving on to Goliad, and then Santa Ana gets caught. But what about the people that were here before them? What about the people that stayed here after that? Like, where is all that? Where is our, we have Juan, we have Mr. Seguin, we have all these other hits or miss here and there, but we don't have history like anybody else. We don't. It's I think it's there. It's not that it didn't happen. It's just I don't think it's taught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, and it's it's selective, I guess, on what is being taught in the schools, and that's kind of crazy. And this whole pandemic now has created some opportunities for people to homeschool, and maybe that's a different opportunity to teach a different type of history.
Mr. Reese, you remember Pablo, Big Pablo from church?
Yes.
Margie and dude, if you ever get a chance to talk to that man is awesome. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to get Margie, Pablo, Michelle. If y'all are listening, your father-in-law, I need to get him on this show. That would be a great show. That man,
that would be.
That man is freaking full of knowledge, man. He's
talk about history the whole show.
Yeah, heck yeah, I'd be full of history. But so again, Rene he's a full-fledged lawyer, man. He owns his own law firm here in San Antonio. What does your law firm cover? Like, what kinds of?
So we just started. We actually are now completing our first full year. Zarazua Law. We're over off of Culebra and I-10, right in the hood. I live in by next to Woodlawn Lake, right down the street. So it's
Why's
all.
it got to be the hood, dog?
That's what I call it. To me, that's a neighborhood. I don't know why you're calling it the hood. Man.
All right. My bad.
You gonna finish letting me talk or what?
You got it. My bad.
So as I was saying, we've been out for about a year. We're just completing our year. Right now I have a general practice, but I focus mainly on real estate law. Right now we're doing bankruptcy law, estate planning, wills, trusts, probate, stuff like that. That kind of goes into the wills as well. We also do some veterans disability. And then right now I'm still doing some criminal law and some family law.
Dude, that's everything.
That is, and that's what a general practice. It's old school. A lot of, that's how I learned. A lot of the older attorneys do a lot of general practices, and they practice a lot of areas like that. So right now I'm trying to shorten some out.
So you have your horizons like real broad, and like you don't focus just on one thing. Because I see some that are just divorce attorneys, right, or things like that. But that's good, man. You kind of touch on everything.
And I think just starting out, I have to kind of focus on a lot to, and then once I get going, I can then start to narrow it down.
That's cool. So I do have a lot of veteran friends on here right now. If you guys have any questions, man, you said that you heard him. He kind of hit on the VA disability kind of thing. If you guys have any questions, if you want to message me, direct message, if you got my number, you want to send me a text, I got my phone here. He can look it over. I'm not gonna. I know he already hit me up. I have my number. You guys can kind of ask. It's kind of your deal. We were talking earlier about the VA and how it works, and somebody always told me, "Saludos, Albert. How you doing, man?" Albert Ramirez. You know who he is?
I don't think so.
Plays for Macizo. We'll talk later.
Oh,
We'll talk
awesome.
later. We'll talk later.
Right.
But saludos, Albert. How you doing? But there's like legal language, there's the English language, there's medical language, and then there's like the VA language. The VA language is sometimes hard to maneuver, and some of you veterans that are out there, you kind of know. And what I mean by veterans, man, you could have got out in 1975, 1980, 1990. If you never went to the VA, I think you're doing yourself an injustice. Regardless if you served in peacetime or wartime, I think that's like a misconception that a lot of people have, that you can't get a disability if you were never served in combat or something like that. I think that's what do you think?
No, that is a misconception. I think a lot of people, even if you are a reserve, some people think that automatically you're considered a veteran. Sometimes that's true, and sometimes that's not true. So there are certain things that you'd have to meet to see if you are considered a veteran for those purposes. And we can definitely take a look at it and advise you on it. There's no charge. They're all, free consultations. Just trying to discuss the case and see if we can help you out. I mean, that's really what it's about, right?
Yeah, it is. I'll have people on here. There's already one. I knew that was gonna come. I need to get to 100%. Everybody needs to get to 100%. So,
hi, Granny. How you doing, Granny?
But man, you know, working for the Wounded Warriors right before I retired, it really kind of opened my eyes to a whole system that you have no idea exists, man. It really done. There's people out there willing to bend over backwards to help veterans, and I think that's where a lot of the misconception does come from. Is like you see the commercials and it's always, you know, somebody lost a limb or something like that, something drastic. But I mean, the VA is used by everybody, man. It's used by all services. You know, you didn't have to serve in combat. That's not a prerequisite to get any kind of disability. If you were injured in some way, I think. And another thing is, I think you're learning this now, is like it's not documented.
If it's not documented,
Yeah.
is that what you're saying? I mean, I think a lot of you know, kind of going back to what you were saying before, in the sense that, you know, terms can be, just changing a term, a simple term can create a difference in a claim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So knowing those terms and using those terms is going to be kind of effective. And that's what also we're trying to do here, is trying to help you out and get those terms in there and make sure that we get a proper claim, you know?
Yeah. So like again, we were talking before we came on the air. One of the things is that, so say for instance, if you're a veteran and you put in your information, right? You put in your stuff to the VA, it comes back and it's not what you want, right? It's not what you want, and you feel that, dude, there's a lightning storm coming in, or what was that?
No, that's on my, so I know it's coming. My phone
what's up,
battery's
Benny
on
Ray?
silent.
You know, and that's where he comes into play. You know what I mean? If you feel that you not an injustice, right? Because again, maybe there's just, you're not reading something right, or you didn't fill something out right. It could be something as simple as that. You know, you didn't cross a T, you didn't dot an I, and that's where his law firm kind of comes into play. You know what I mean? He can kind of look over your stuff and help you out. You never know. I mean, if you're not getting nothing now, shoot, there's a big Wounded Warrior guy right there. Juan, what's up, man? Juanito, Juan Bionic Arm Arredondo. He's an awesome guy. He works for the Wounded. Juan, you still work for the Wounded Warrior Project? If so, give me a thumbs up. He does great things. That's somebody that I would really like to get you hooked into. Yeah, he's an awesome guy, bro. He always does them. Even though he was in the Army, I won't hold that against him.
I'm always, you know, trying to connect, and in the end, is just about helping out veterans. You know, I wasn't able to serve, so I think this is one way that I can attempt to help out. You know, and I was having a discussion with you know, my office mate earlier, and he was saying that sometimes people, like veterans, they just, you know, I don't know if we weren't saying machismo, but maybe it's just I don't want to go in there and you know, ask for some of these things from the VA, but really you're entitled to some of these things. You know, you went and you served our country, like go and if you have injuries, even if there's, you know, we had been talking earlier, as simple as migraines or something like that, you know, I mean, still those are things that can,
if you weren't getting it before you joined the military, you know what I mean? He's like, look at De La Fuentes. I just need a hunter, man. VA's been bullshitting me for years.
You know, the VA is stacked, trying to help out a lot of people. I understand that too, and hopefully we just create another avenue for, you know, for veterans.
And I kind of been helping him, like, since he started with that, and I saw that, you know, friends help friends, man. Small businesses, you know, we got to help each other. So, you know, me being connected with a lot of veterans.
What's up, Danny? I saw you over there.
A lot of friends would come in, and they were like, hey, Bump, who's this guy? You know, they're not gonna call you directly. They're gonna hit me up and be like, hey, how do you know this guy? Why are you putting him out there?
Yeah.
Well, you know, what do I need to tell them? This, that, and the other. And it happens. Like, I've had multiple people call you. I mean, people, like I said, they hit me up first, and they're kind of like, hey, you know, who is this dude? And I'm like, hey, man, call him, bro. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You're at where you're at now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
the bottom line is I don't know, you know, I might not have all the answers, but we'll definitely look. We'll work hard, and like I said, I'll try to help you out as best as I can. Really, I think that's fair enough.
So we were talking earlier, man, and I got a question to ask you, bro.
No.
Was my daughter the first same-sex marriage that you did a divorce for?
No, I've actually had...
Oh, I thought we were gonna break another record here,
No,
bro.
no. There was a couple others. I've only done a handful, but we still get those done as well.
You already got people hitting. They want you to for some more information.
Awesome.
What's your website? Do you have a website?
So yeah, my website is www.zarazualaw.com, and that's Z as in zebra, ARAZUA law.com. I don't know if you can see my shirt, but I had to wear this especially.
It's there. You know.
So
Right
yeah, there. And then my email is Rene at zarazualaw.com or info@zarazualaw.com, and we can definitely set up something and have some discussions.
Google ZAR and then just put some law here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
ZAR and then law. If you don't get the rest, I promise you it'll come up. It'll be the number one.
I'm sure it'll
number
come
one
up there.
thing on top. It'll be the number one thing on top.
It's not Zamora or anything like that. Zarazua, 2 Z's. Got to be 2 Z's in there.
So, man, I feel bad. You know what? We didn't talk nothing about your family, bro.
Oh,
Nothing
see,
about your family.
That's messed
Yeah,
up.
we gotta go back to that.
All right, let's backtrack.
Because Dirty hit me up. Are you married?
I am married. So I am married to a beautiful wife. Her name is a beautiful woman. Her name is Leah. And I have 4 kids together. Analia, Asher, Amaris, and Adaya. And, we're part of the St. Paul's community, the St. Paul's Catholic Church community, as well as we do some visits over there to St. Luke's as well, my old stomping grounds.
Your old stomping ground?
Old stomping grounds, back in the day.
That's awesome. So, as he's saying, we're part of the same community, man. And, those of you that are not familiar with Axe, that's how I met him. My wife says, hi, Esther. Speaking of Axe, and you pop up, Esther. How you doing? We're real big in our Axe community. It stands for Adoration, Community, Theology, and Service. If you ever see these James Avey bracelets kind of floating around, fisherman bracelets. It's a gang, bro. We're in a gang.
Don't you have a tattoo or?
No, I don't have a tattoo. I don't have a tattoo. Dude, but you brought up a great thing. Last week I had interim mayor, right? My good buddy Benny Puente.
I saw that.
You saw that, bro. You saw what he did, and he was pro about it. Like, he didn't care about it. Like,
no, I didn't see that. What do you do?
He is all about cannabis, bro.
Oh, nice.
100%. Like, and I looked at him like, Benny, for real? I mean, Benny, for real, bro? Like, you're gonna come out in public and you're a big pillar in our community. But he was like, hey, man, it's part of my life. It's what I am, what I do. I believe in it. So, hey, I'm not knocking him, but you brought up, why I say that, because you brought up a word, tattoos. Hey, look at this guy, you know, professional. Freaking, he's always in a suit, tie, whatever. But I seen him in a muscle shirt, bro. This dude's tatted up, right? He's tatted up. And so my question, what's that?
That's the address.
That's the address. Thank you, Abe. That's Abe, man. I shout out every week. He was one of my Marines.
Oh, nice.
He's from Africa.
Oh, awesome.
And he had to kill a lion or a tiger to become a man. Why do you laugh, bro? I'm being serious. Abe, give me a thumbs up, bro.
We definitely have
give me a thumbs
to
up.
talk about that. I want to hear that story.
So we're gonna go off the legal thing, right? We got Rene talking about what he did. If y'all have questions or you want, the website's on there. Hit us up. If you got any questions, we can read them down here. But we're talking about tattoos, and at work I have a lot of younger people, like in their mid-20s, kind of working, and even with my kids, man, I'm real big. If people know me, if you know me personally, you know that I got tattoos, right? But if I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt or a short sleeve shirt, I mean, I can still kind of look professional in a sense. And when they told me you were a lawyer, I think I saw your tattoos before I even knew you were a lawyer, bro. To be honest with you,
Like, no,
and so
stereotype me, man.
But no, this is what I'm getting at. Like, I think that tattoos. What do you think? Like, are they becoming a more acceptable thing?
They are. I mean, I like tattoos. I have color in mine. I think it looks, to me, it's like art. I don't have them on my face, obviously. I think depending on where you get them.
Little 6'9".
Yeah. So I think it depends on where you have them, but I think I like them. I'm a fan of them, obviously. So I don't think And I think people have a preconceived notion with that, and I try to keep that in mind. Is you can't judge people based upon that.
But I'm on the other end, bro. So I'm gonna put it to you like this, right? My buddy, I got 4 of them last night. You know,
Hey, thank you, Danny. There's that URL.
I always use a sense of like, so for instance, you own your law firm, right? And you need somebody that's gonna greet your customers, your client, not customers, gonna greet your clients, right? They're gonna be the first person they see at your law firm. As soon as they walk up the steps and they go in, that's the first person you see. Who are you here to see? You know, blah, 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 blah. They're wearing a short sleeve shirt and they got full sleeves, right? Tattoos on their neck. Okay? But before they ever got to the front of your law firm, you had him. We're just using, it could be anybody. You're using 2 men, right? One is got his neck tattooed, arm sleeve, and you got the guy who's clean cut. Okay? The guy who's clean cut, they both have associate's degrees. They both went to St. Mary's. They got a little associate's degree. They're working on their bachelor's. So what I'm trying to say is they both got the same qualifications. Okay? But you're the owner. That's what feeds your family. That's what gets your clients. That's the first face they see of your law firm. If you had to choose, who are you going to choose right now on the spot?
You know, yeah, I know. I thought you said you were going to give me this list of
No,
easy questions.
no. It's right now on the spot, bro. It's on the
No,
spot.
I mean, I think it comes down to a lot of different things. I think, you know, you have somebody that works. So I have had the opportunity to hire some people before, you know, when I was with other firms, go to interview them. I mean, I think that's also important is the rapper, what they're able to do, how they're able to speak to people, how they make people feel. I think that's important, you know? And so if that person with the tattoos is the one that's like really able to connect with the people, I mean, I think that's a clear decision. I think that's what I base it on. It's not, you know, if they're pretty much the same, I think in terms of their accomplishments and stuff like that. I mean, it's also how they interact with people, you know? I think I mean, if you're saying that they're the exact same, I mean, you know, I don't know if I have an answer to that because they're not gonna be.
So you're gonna pick whoever can connect with your people better. That would be your answer.
Because yeah, I mean, when you're doing that, it's like you got to answer the phone. You know, you're under stress. How are they under stress? How are they acting? You know, he could be clean cut, but he buckles under stress, and I don't think he's not gonna be the right option for us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think there's a lot of different factors that go into play if they have the same accomplishments.
I have somebody here, my friend Beatrice from Florida. She's like, "Hey, Bumper, I have tattoos, and I work with nurses and doctors." Oh shoot, I lost it. $1,000 iPad, and we can't even get a comment, bro.
Oh, there you
go. And I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't. I'm covered in them. I don't see anything wrong with it. I just my thing for my kids is look, the mayor, he's sleeved out too. Mr. Cannabis himself, he's sleeved out too. See? So you know, I think it is the new norm. I get it. It is the new norm, but Rene is kind of more in the young. I would say you're more towards a young. You lean more towards a younger generation right now. But say somebody who's 65, 70, and they own a business. You know what I mean? I think they would lean more, regardless of what happened, just because that's not what they're used to. You know what I mean? Is it fair? No, it's not. But and we got to be kind of in. Sometimes I tell my kids, you got to be realistic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might be the perfect person for something like that to work for, but if you were a 65-year-old man who owned a grocery store or whatever, like you're gonna want. You know what somebody told me, dude? We were talking. And I never paid attention. Somebody said that people from Buc-ee's can't have any tattoos.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, hey, if any of y'all work at Buc-ee's, if you work at Buc-ee's or you know somebody work at Buc-ee's, right in here, somebody told me that. If those of y'all don't know what Buc-ee's are these gas stations. I told you, we shoot from the hip, bro. We just went from tattoos to Buc-ee's.
Let's talk. I like Buc-ee's.
That's right. Everybody loves Buc-ee's. So Buc-ee's is this gas station that is like... This gas station that is like you can eat off the bathroom floor. I'm not even exaggerating. It's clean. They got people.
I don't know about that,
dude. If I drop something in the bathroom, I'm picking up and eating it, bro.
Second rule. Nice. I might not. I might throw it. I'll probably get throw it away. All right.
But so Buc-ee's is just like dude. I mean, you go into Buc-ee's, you could go at 3:00 in the morning, and there's people with shopping carts, and it's literally
cool.
A gas station is what it is. It's a freaking gas station. So. you know, with that being said, if y'all know anybody or you know the rules, somebody look it up, Google it.
Can verify.
Somebody can verify that. If you were to work for Buc-ee's, you can't have any tattoos showing. That might be the rule. So even if you have them down here, maybe you gotta wear a long sleeve or something like that. But that's kind of crazy, and they're booming. They have a lot of people working.
I didn't
for them.
realize that they were traveling to Florida. There's some along interstate.
So
I didn't realize that.
You being a lawyer, do you think you could get a whole sleeve and get away with it?
I actually
Get away with it like if he's doing something
I
bad.
actually want to get a full sleeve, but yeah, I mean, I wear long sleeve either way. You know
What's
what
up?
I'm saying?
Look. Speaking of tattoos,
Hey, there
Nick
you
comes
go.
on, dog. Nick Rocha. Yo, what's up, Nick? Another brother in Christ from our St. Paul community. The dude, hey, that dude's a professional, bro, and he's exactly what I just talked about. Dude's tatted up, but he not dressed to impress all the time. Nick, if you're on, give us some thumbs up, bro. Great guy, great family man. So again, you can't judge somebody by their tattoos. I love to like be around people for a few months, and then they invite me to the lake, or they invite me to go swimming.
Take off your shirt
and I take off my shirt, and they're like, "Whoa, what the hell? This guy just got out of prison, or what?"
Do you get an invite and a second invite or what?
No, sometimes no. I get the look. What's up, Tia? I kind of get the look like, ooh, you know.
with him.
But I mean, if you know me, you know, what I mean,
Camp.
tattoos don't make who you are.
know.
It's just kind of you're expressing yourself. Like you said, for you, it's an art form.
You know, and it sucks. People have preconceived notions, you know, but I would hope that somebody takes me for who I am. You know, that's kind of what I base everything else off on, and hopefully what I base, you know, other people on is that I'm taking them for who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Right off the bat. So you being a lawyer, like you said that, like you taking for a person who's that, like, and if you tell me if I'm crossing the line, just be like, hey, I'm good. I don't have no hurt feelings at all, right? Because again, we didn't have no scripts. So if you have a client that once you look at him, you talk to him, you know that SOB is guilty, bro. There's not a doubt about it. But he's gonna fork over that money and give it to you. You gonna do your damnedest to get him out?
So I pride myself on having our firm being faith-based. Okay, so that comes into play in a lot of
Faith-based.
So my faith comes into play in a lot of the decisions that I make with the firm, right? So people come to me and they are, you know, I have the freedom to kick back cases that knowing though they can pay me $10,000 to $15,000 up front, you know, but knowing that I don't feel comfortable taking that case, yeah, I'll reject it, you know, and I
Be
will,
like, hey man, keep your money. I'm not
yeah,
gonna do it.
I don't have to think twice about it, you know, and I can feel comfortable and I can live with that decision. You know, that's the best part.
Do all people in your line of work do that, you think?
No, I think that each situation is different. Maybe, you know, like during this period of time, I can't, you know, I need the money during COVID, so I'm going to take whatever case comes in, you know, no matter what. I don't think that, and I'm not saying that was me, but
Yeah, I was about to say, so hold up, you- hold
I'm
on,
not
you-
saying that that's me, but I'm saying like, you know, that's their train of thought. So
Right,
no,
right,
I
gotcha,
definitely
gotcha.
don't believe that all people think that way or all attorneys think that way. No way.
That's I always wanted to ask that, like, you know what I mean? Because, dude, immigration lawyers, bro, they make a lot of money, and at the end of the day, honestly, this is what I feel like. An immigration law, bro, I feel it's like scratching a damn lottery ticket. I mean, because I know there's so much things that go into play. You know what I mean? There's so many things that has to get done, and you had to have not done this and do this and this. And I'm only catching from what I've heard from, you know, people that I know that have gone through the system.
Yeah.
And immigration being a big part of our world today. Like, do you think that it's I mean, what do you think? What do you think? You don't mess with immigration law, right?
So I had practiced some immigration, and it's kind of, you know, I think a lot of it depends on how you had entered the United States, and you know, if you were able to do that legally, I think that there's a lot of options for you in terms of trying to stop deportation. You know, so I don't have too much experience in it, but you know, it is a good area of law, and I think that there's a lot of you know, ways to fight for people for immigration. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it does. I just, like, my thing is, bro, is like where I worked at before, or just anybody. Like, I've had family members in California on my wife's side of the family that have been, you know, they're here in the United States, and they're paying these lawyers, and you sit down and have a one-on-one conversation with them, like, and I asked them like, well, how much do you pay? How much do you pay for a lawyer? Well, I gave him $5,000, and I'm like, well, what does that do? Well, that gets them to get started on my paperwork. Shit, I'm like, whoa, get started on some paperwork. Like, they better be handing you a green card like tomorrow, $5,000. But dude, it's freaking, it's very, it's expensive, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it is expensive, and you know, with that stuff, it does take time too. You know, so the filing fees are also expensive, so that could be a part of what that fee is. You know, so it's hard to say, but it can be a lucrative area of law for sure.
So what do you mean, like filing fees? That's something that you guys have to pay, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, you pass those on to the client, obviously, right? But I mean, part of the money that they're giving you, maybe, you know, 1,000 of that is the filing fee to file the petition that they're filing on your behalf. You know, I mean, that's just kind of generally speaking.
Got you. So speaking of like, and I told them before, man, we don't. What do you call it? Here we have no script. We just I just go back. If you watch my videos, you know I go from one thing to another.
I watched the first one.
We went from Buc-ee's to tattoos to all kinds of stuff. But excuse me, bro. That beer made me burp. One thing that's really like the last 2 days is too bright.
No, it's all good. I can't see. I need sunglasses.
Put your shades, bro. Or what?
They say my eyes are low. Either way,
we didn't do our makeup people. They weren't here today to hood us down. But the last 2 days, man, have as a country have really hurt my heart. And honestly, those of you that are watching, like, I mean, unless you're under a rock somewhere, our country has like, you know, is it Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Minneapolis, man, people are protesting like it's freaking crazy. And in a way, I want to say good on them. But as a good American citizen, that's not what we need. You know what I mean? Wrong is wrong, and we know what's wrong. If those of y'all don't know what I'm talking about, there's a gentleman that was he was killed on camera, man. If you haven't seen the video, if you're not into that stuff, don't watch it. I mean, but I mean the guy literally, the guy literally. We got even weather people, bro. The weather is coming. Hey, bad weather is coming. Thanks for the heads up. Thanks for the heads up. What's up, Jay? How's it going?
66.
EJ, what's going on, brother? So I saw that, dude, and I'm just like to myself, like, wow, what made them? Why didn't nobody stop that? You know what I'm saying? People were trying. But they were kind of pushed away.
By another officer.
So like I'm thinking to myself, if I'm there, I'm not saying I would have done this because I probably didn't want to die.
Don't put the lawyer on the
No, I'm not. But I mean, I'm thinking like somebody could have bum rushed a cop and like hit him off.
They could die.
Hit him off. Somebody's at your door, bro. I saw it.
No, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw that. I got the same app. Who is that?
Actually, it's
Why are you being nosy?
It's Friar. It's Friar Brandon. He lives down the street at the seminary. So he comes down, and we're gonna have dinner for the friars. Make dinner for all of them.
And you're not there to make dinner?
No, not today. We didn't.
He's gonna knock. He's gonna be hungry, bro. He didn't eat all day.
On his way to walk to the Woodlawn Lake. That's where our house is.
He always stops.
So he'll stop by and say hello to the family. You know?
So
we have friars and sisters that come by and stop. It's cool.
But going back to what we were talking about, so the dude dies right with a cop knee on his neck, ends up dying. And not that I was okay with that. I was just like, man, that's crazy. That I can't believe that really happened. You know, and then on camera, and then you get the people right away who are like. They come on and they're like, hey, man, that dude, he was probably resisting arrest and he was doing this and that. Did you see the other video?
I think that's what the officers had said. And, yeah, I saw the other videos from the very beginning when they pulled him out of the car. Yeah.
So I'm going to be that asshole. I'm going to put you on the spot. So if you're a lawyer and I came to you with that case, what are you looking at there? What would you look at?
So, are you talking about like the
everything? You just said you watched both videos. Like,
same, but like what point of view? Like
what would be your point of view on there?
The wrongful, like as from the wrongful death suit. Is that what you're talking
Hey,
about?
shit,
Like
I'm talking about in the whole thing and the whole thing in general. Like, how would you take that? How would you, if that family member of that gentleman came to you, what would be the first thing that grabbed your attention to that whole case?
Well, I don't practice that type of law, but I mean, yeah, we would definitely. That's something that you would want to. That's something that I would have to fight for.
You'd be
what I'm
passionate
saying?
about it, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty. It's pretty. I guess the word I could use is sad. It's unfortunate for all the part. That's a poor word to use. Unfortunate for the death of somebody, right? But I mean, man, just the whole situation, people resorting to that. I don't know.
I read this morning where Steven Jackson. Remember him, the old Spur?
Yeah, basketball player.
The one out the one that played for the Pacers. He was in that fight.
Walked into the stands.
Yeah, he walked in the stands, started beating up people.
That's your favorite player? Is that what you said?
No, he was legit.
He
like
said that was his
I
favorite player.
I didn't like that guy. He brought nastiness to the Spurs, bro.
Yep, he was tough.
But dude, check this out. I thought at first it was fake, but it wasn't. This dude grew up with this guy, and he used to call him his twin because he looked similar to him, right?
Yeah, he was a big guy.
Well, he moved to Minnesota, and when he moved there, he still stayed in contact with Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson sent him boxes of clothes, suits, because the guy was trying to straighten his life up. And at first I thought, I was like, okay, people are just saying because he looks like him, right? But when I started reading the stuff, I was amazed that no, it was really real. Like he really knew the guy, and he grew up with him. So a lot's to become of that, man. I just, the world that we live in, bro, that's everywhere, dude. That's I mean, it happens here in San Antonio. And I'm gonna say this on the record right now for all my people that think that I'm cop bashing. I'm not, dude. I back up my police officers 100%. I got former Marines, I got friends, I got relatives that are police officers, and I back them up 100%. No, there's no what do you call it about that. My thing is that in every profession there's bad apples. And if you can't absorb that, if you think every cop is out there to put a knee on somebody's neck, then you're totally wrong. Yay! Look who decided to join us today. My daughter's trying to walk in real sneaky in the back. What do you think, dude? What's your take on that?
That's the same thing with, we have bad apples. Lawyers get their father, their, son. So, yeah, man, that's a tough situation. I guess that's all I'm going to leave.
I got somebody right here that says it's not about a cop bashing. It's about what's right. And what right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. Simple. That's a great statement, O'Shea. That's a O'Shea, right? That's the same thing. O'Shea.
Hi, Nana. How you doing?
So that's I don't know, dude. And then that happened right after the other one where the guy was running away and they shot him.
Yeah. What I thought was interesting was where they had the picture of Colin Kaepernick kneeling down. With.
Are you talking about my Facebook?
No. Is that what you posted up?
Yeah.
I thought, man, that's.
A lot of people were frustrated.
I posted what knee bothers you more.
Tell us
This knee.
your opinion on that.
So all my people watching, look.
Wait, we wanna hear my opinion on
I
that.
want to hear your opinion on that.
On that one, no. I mean, yeah. How ironic is that? I mean, the sole purpose of what he's dealing for is depicted in that image that's right next to him. I mean, I don't have to say anything. That speaks
Period.
for
Point
itself.
blank.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. Exactly what he just said is that's true. Man, I can't. My thing is like when people try to go like something happened, right? It was caught on film. Everybody sees it. Everybody's gonna have their own partake in it, right? They're gonna take it the way they see it, and I get that. Everybody's open to their own opinions, but when you start making excuses for people for doing that, that shows me really like, come on, bro, really? Yeah. Regardless, and don't get me wrong, the media is dirty too. I'm here to tell you, if the media would have put man killed by 4 police officers, right? Would you have paid attention? Would they have got any views? But the minute they put black man killed by 4 white police officers, boom, it grabs attention. Yeah. I get that. And I understand that view of like, why does the media got to put a race in it? A man's a man regardless. There's no skin color. A man's a man regardless. But even with that said, a man being a man, you know, a man died at the hands of another man for something that was stupid.
No reason, yeah.
No reason at all, man. No reason at all. So like, I don't know, man. You guys are on here. Give us some comments down here if you have any different points of views. Got a buddy on here, Philip Carizales. He comes on. He's a always comes on every week. His dad was a great sheriff of B County, where he's rest in peace, Mr. Carizales. Great sheriff, man. A good man. You know what I mean? Like the people. So that's a good one, O'Shea. So do we think that the cops? So you think the cops should go to jail
For murder?
for murder?
I don't know what this I don't know what the statute says up there for murder, you know, but I mean, it depends on how you want to get, you know, it might be better to go with manslaughter so you can ensure that he'll be guilty. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of depends on what it is, but I mean, I definitely think that there
Bro,
should
I'm
be some
gonna
repercussions
put on
for
my
that.
dumb hat. My dumb hat, bro. Murder, manslaughter, all that. I don't, bro. Somebody died, dog. Why do they put different names on there? Like, why do they? What is the difference?
They each have different levels of what you have to prove, you know?
So manslaughter being something easier to prove.
It would be easier to prove to get them to,
I mean,
to
what
get a
more proof?
conviction on
What
there.
more proof than you?
No, I agree with it. But look at all these other trials that have taken place in all these other cities. Look at all these officers that people thought should have been found guilty and convicted have been acquitted. You know?
Yeah, dude, I don't know, bro. It's. Hey, y'all burning tortillas or what?
Yeah. Sorry.
Tell you, we shoot from the hip around here, bro. We shoot from the hip. We got burning tortillas
fire
over here,
here.
fire going on. But I'm glad you're here, dude, on the show today. Just because, like I said, you get a different perspective. Like me, you know, if you know my Facebook, you know the stuff that I post. You kind of know. Yeah, we share Facebooks. I get it. Oh, dude. That's good right there. That's a good one, Jay.
That's a crazy quote.
That's a crazy quote. Check this out, guys. Will Smith, racism isn't getting worse. It's getting filmed. Think about that. Racism isn't getting
Will Smith?
worse.
Yes,
It's getting
I agree.
filmed. So, with that being said, I said this earlier. I think talking to my wife over breakfast this morning, I told her, like, think about 30, not even 30 years ago, bro. Let's say 20 years ago. No cell phones. Well, those guys got away with it.
Oh, hell
No,
yeah.
no cameras, no police cameras. You wouldn't even heard of it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. That shit would not even have made the local newspaper. You know.
No, but it's still juries that have to hold these people accountable for their actions. Still, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Jay, thank you for that, bro. That was a great. So racism isn't getting worse. It's just being filmed. That's right on the money, dude. On the real, like that's a, what do you call it? Jonathan Rose, man. What's going on, bro? The wounded warrior guy. He's in Washington D.C. He works at the Pentagon.
Oh, awesome. What's
Was I
going
not
on,
supposed to
Jonathan?
say that, Rose?
Oh, classified.
Classified. My bad, bro.
It was him. I
He
just
did
I
it.
just said hello.
Titus, what's up, bro? You know, this world we live in, bro, is crazy, dude. I actually want to do a show totally on racism. And I want to get some friends that I know that interact with me on Facebook, and I want to do like a panel. And what a panel would be like directly kind of focused more here. Meow, can you get Rene as Dr. Pepper from the freezer, please?
Thank you very much.
I would like to do a panel, and you know, around here it would be a Mexican, a white guy, and a black guy. The bottom. And I would like to. What's up, Portillo? How you doing, brother? I would like to do like a panel, bro, and just that one. Maybe not. I wouldn't have a script, but I would actually write down things some
topics that you
topics to
wanna
kind of talk about, and then he. There you go. How many times you hear that, bro? You know a good lawyer when he can get you off. But I would like, that would be something cool. You know what I mean? Something kind of like where they can say, "How do you feel about this? How does an African American feel about this? How does me as a Mexican American feel about it? How does a white guy feel about it?" Because at the same time, you know, I have white friends, bro, and I think that a lot of times, you know, they get overlooked too. They get painted this bad picture when they're in actuality. They get, oh, you're white. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's
you
not
don't
true, bro.
understand.
That's not true. If you live here in South Texas, if I'm speaking from South Texas, right? My people watching, I got people watching from Okinawa, Japan right now.
Oh,
Spain, New York City, Florida, Cali. So I'm talking here in South Texas. We all grow up like this. Is there racism? Yes, there is. Anywhere you go, I know there's racism, but I think we're more intertwined here. I lived in Florida. I lived in California. I lived in North Carolina, and I visited many other states. And we are really like we're really the word's not diverse here. Was it diverse? You know what I mean? We kind of.
I mean, like, I think San Antonio is a big city, right? But it's really not. It's really.
Everybody knows everybody. In a sense.
I think that's what it is. You know.
What I couldn't believe, dude, is the MLK March here is like the second largest one in the United States, bro. Second largest, and you think of San Antonio, you think of fiesta, you think of, everything is Mexican culture, but dude, we have the second largest MLK March. That's freaking awesome. And dude, again, we're not gonna get into like the whole race thing because I'm gonna save that for another show, but. It's just something part of what's going on right now in the last few days.
That's a good way to take some of these, some of these topics on, or some of your Wacky Wednesdays. Is you just have a little nice panel and talk about some issues.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, the way I see things and the way other people see things, and sometimes people just don't want to hear it. That's being real. If you're one of those people, it is what it is. You just don't want to hear the truth, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear it kind of like if it bothers you, what does it go? If the shoe fits, wear it. Yeah. You know.
I love my country, but man, we need to make some changes for sure. This isn't,
dude. But we're the greatest country in the world, dude.
I agree.
We are the great. I've been to so many countries, bro. I got a lot of brothers on here right now, and we are the greatest country in the world, dude. But sometimes it's just like, how can we be the greatest country in the world if this is what's going on?
This is what we're doing to our own people. Like, damn.
I don't get it, dude. And I had this conversation with the guy at T-Mobile the other day. He was a customer. He was from Israel. Oh, no, not Israel. My bad. He's in the opposite end. He was from Iran, dude. He was from Iran, bro. He was from Iran, and we started talking, right? And I told him that, my study, I love studying Middle East. Like, I love reading on Middle East history and stuff. I don't know what it is about it. That's one of my little things that I like to do. And I read about the Iranian people, and like, if you talk to Iranian people that are probably about 34 or 35 and younger, they're westernized, whether they want them to be or not.
Yeah.
They're ready for the change. They're ready for the modern world to take over their country. But it's like kind of the older people
holding it back.
They hold it back. You know what I mean? They want it to stay the old way. This is the way we do things. This is who we are. This is what we want. So, I think our country's like that in a way too. Like, you know what I mean? If you think of presidents, you think of congressmen, senators, they're old dudes.
Yeah.
Regardless of race, they're old guys. You know what I mean? They don't have the young mentality that a lot of people have. I asked my buddy that was a mayor last week, 15-year-olds to 28-year-olds or 25-year-olds, or I forget what it was, but it's 28 to 18 or something. That's a lot of people, bro. And what's their stand on where we're at as a country right now? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I think in terms of the Senate and Congress, there's some younger blood that's getting in there. Slowly but surely. But yeah, no, you're right.
But then when the young people come,
yeah,
what happens?
It's like, can they get run out by the older guys? They're afraid to stand up and fight for what eventually got them there.
Do you think like you can run for office? Let's say Bear, the city DA. You see yourself maybe in like 10, 15 years or even sooner?
I don't think that I would. If I did run for office, I don't think I would go for a district attorney. I don't think that would be something I'd go for. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm more laid back. Obviously, I'd have to give more of an opinion that I'm giving here in some of these issues. I'm trying to stay at least calm, but I guess sometimes I can give like with that whole the Minneapolis thing, you know, I still think that was fucked
Imagine
up,
being
you know?
the DA of Minneapolis right now.
I mean, that's a person that can make a difference, you know, with this situation.
Good or bad.
Yeah, you're right. Good or bad. You know?
That's man, I don't know. Hey, the wifey out of the background in right field. If your husband was to come and say, hey, he wanted to run for DA of San Antonio. No, I know, but you can just kind of talk in the background. What would you think about that? You think you could? Because then
support me no matter what. I believe that she would support me.
Support you no matter what.
Yeah.
But you know what I hate, bro? I hate that people. You could live this perfect life, right? And I think the minute you run for any kind of office, like your personal life just becomes an open book.
Especially with the way social media is now, it's that would have been a good question to ask your friend that was on last week.
Benny, what do you think? Hit me up. Hit me up, bro.
It's all out there, you know. Boom, everything out there.
Hey, look, my buddy Rose. He works for senators and congressmen. So like literally, that's his job. Check it out.
57.
Average age of a member of the House is 57.8 years old. A senator, 61.
You got a long way to go. You there?
What are you trying to? Oh,
Oh, no, I was
I thought you were making fun of my hair. Like you know what I mean? Like I got a long way.
She said no.
Oh shoot! I was going there. It was going to be a rebound there.
She's saying your age, you're about up there, and you can run. That's what she was saying.
Let's see what this is. You got to beat him to the punch like Jesse Ventura. All openly admit to all bad shit you did before you run for office.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I'm running for office.
This is what I did.
I slept with 100 women. And no, I didn't. I'm just saying that I'm using it as a thing here.
Watch out for flying shoes, flying choppers.
Oh shoot! No, but hey, Matt, that's a good one. I guess if you were to put all your bad stuff out there, there could be nobody to.
You've seen 8 Mile, right? Is that what Eminem does in that last battle rap? He
lets it all out. Hey, you know.
Yes, you know. So maybe that's the route to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a
I
rap fan, by the way. I listen to a lot of rap. So
you do? Who's your favorite rapper?
Ooh, my favorite is Tupac.
Dude, there's a lot of
Tupac. That's my favorite.
Hands down.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
The gangster rap Tupac or like the poetic Tupac? Because he's got different.
I think that's the best part of him. It's all intertwined into one. You know, that's Tupac. But don't get me wrong. I love Biggie. I think it's 1 and 1. I think it's 1A and 1B. That's how I do it.
Man, if I tell you who I like, either one you're gonna laugh or you're gonna freaking knock the shit out of me. All right.
What is SPM? He said
No. I don't really like the music in a sense.
Just say it.
But I like his game. I like his game.
Who?
Dude, I might lose a lot of viewers right here. 6ix9ine, bro.
Oh,
Tekashi 6ix9ine. See, look, he's leaving. My freaking guest is gone, bro.
I'm done.
Bro,
Come on, Dr.
but I'm gonna put you on the spot again, Rene. Check it out, bro. Put yourself in this guy's situation, right? This guy was a freaking he freaking he got put on the spot and said, "Hey, you're doing 30 years to life." Look, everybody, I'm gone. You're doing 30 years to life. Or are you gonna tell me something? Okay, I'm married and I love my wife and I love my children. And if I did something wrong, okay, I'm behind bars and I'm looking at 30 years to life.
What's up, Justin?
Yo,
It's my cousin.
look at everybody. Look at wow.
Keep him covered. But if we're talking about 6ix9ine as a rapper, you know, your favorite rapper, like lyricist wise, I mean, or what makes
Game
you
wise, the game wise, not the game rapper. His game, bro. Look at his piece out. The game. He uses the hate against him to make millions of dollars, bro. So what I was saying was, I was given a situation. Like, look, here they, I knew they were coming, bro. Snitch, blah, blah, blah. Everybody talks a big game.
Hey, why don't you do this on another show?
Dude, no, bro, on this show right here. So I'm giving a choice, 30 years to life. You don't gotta say it, but I'll say it. Bro, that dude was wearing purple shoelaces. He had a white, I'll tell you, his grandma lives on this street, everything. Anything you want to know. I'm telling you, I'm going home.
Don't care.
I'm going home. I'm not doing 30 years, bro. I ain't.
No, I mean,
I'm not doing 30 years for some people who did me dirty. in a sense. You know what I mean? And all I was saying about what I like about it is that he uses the hate against him and he uses it to make money. The dude's a millionaire, bro.
But when I'm talking about like my favorite rapper, why I like them as a rapper, I'm going for lyrics. I'm going for the way that they can give
That's
a
your
story
cop out.
in the rap.
That's your
You know
cop
what I'm
out,
saying?
Rene.
I'm not
That's your
talking
cop
about
out. Okay,
you know.
I'll jump into yours then. So my favorite rapper would have to be my favorite rapper would have to be dude.
No, you don't get an opinion anymore. You lost that right. When you said 6ix9ine, bro, we're gonna have to talk about.
All my cool points are gone, dog. Look, my viewers went down as soon as I said 6ix9ine. Everyone's like, "Peace out." Wow. Hell no.
Oh man.
No, bro.
To a different genre of music.
You know what, dude? Lyrically, my favorite rapper was always Q-Tip from the New York City. What were they?
Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, Tribe Called Quest. I used to like the way he used to flow.
Old school Nas. There you go.
DJ Quick. I used to like DJ Quick back in the day. You know, Nas is freaking good. Rose, dude, this dude's straight Alabama. Look at he says Nas. Hey, Rose, do you jam Nas at the Pentagon? Like the senators and congressmen would kind of be bouncing around, jamming out to your jams.
He does it quietly. When no one hears that.
He isn't a thing. What's your favorite football team? Or you don't watch sports?
No, I'm a big sports fan. We're talking college or pro?
Professional.
I'm a Cowboy fan. Dallas Cowboys. But you know why? It's because the Houston Oilers broke my heart and they bounced. And then I didn't have anybody to cheer for.
We're still together. We're the Tennessee Titans.
That is true, but it's not Houston. It's not Texas anymore. You know what I'm saying?
He's got a point there.
It's not Texas
My
anymore.
wife likes to call me a cowboy closet cowboy fan.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
You have a star tattoo, no?
Oh hell no! I would agree with. I'm a closet cowboy fan. I'll cheer for them as long as they're not playing the Titans. You know
Fair
what
enough.
I mean?
Yeah.
The Texans. One of my best friends. He's in the communication business, and he does the Astros. He does the Texans. And I can't agree with their ownership, bro. Like some of the things they do. Like, bro, what the hell are you guys thinking? You know?
Yeah. I have a lot of friends that are Texans fans, and I don't know. I can't stand them.
You can't stand them.
As Texans fans.
What about boxing?
Boxing? Man, let's see. I like to see that new heavyweight championship that should be coming up with Joshua and what's his name?
Daniels?
No. The bald white guy. What's his name?
There's a lot of bald white guys.
No, but not Fury. Not a champion.
Oh,
not
Fury.
the champion.
Okay, got you.
So,
but what about the latest and greatest right now on the horizon? Mike Tyson. Have you seen him?
Ooh, he looks fierce.
Pinche Mike Tyson. Freaking cut, dude. I promise you, if you have not seen Mike Tyson lately, you gotta say, hey, whenever you gotta go, just kind of give me a nudge.
No.
And
We're good.
Mike Tyson, bro, that dude is getting ready, bro. He's getting ready. I want to say he wants to fight. ¿Cómo se llama? The guy he bit his ear. Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield. He wants to fight him again. They're thinking about doing a fight for like $5 million. I
haven't seen.
What do you
Evander
guys think, man? About
Yeah, look, Canelo. Yeah.
well,
That's
you
a
know
fierce
Canelo.
name.
I'm gonna show you the meme that I love. They got a meme of what's his name? What's that guy that just said Holyfield? Holyfield's wearing a mask, and the mask is like this, just on one side, because he can't connect the other ear because Mike Tyson bit it off, so he can't connect it. So he's like, "Thanks, Mike."
Hey, babe,
Thanks,
I
Mike.
just want to let y'all know y'all sound great. My brother said that you guys sound great. It makes me feel like I'm sitting there at the table with y'all.
See, bro, you know.
Good job, dude.
Dang
Good
yeah.
job.
But I'm not in trouble. I have a lawyer. I know some of y'all have had a lawyer next to you. And when we've had a lawyer next to you, it's probably not for good reason.
You're probably nervous and you're in a suit.
I got a lawyer. I got a lawyer right here next to me for good
casual
reasons.
wear.
What do you say? Mike Tyson is in booty shorts, acting like he put it somewhere.
Who was the MMA fighter that said he would fight Mike Tyson? He was the old school MMA fighter that he said he would go in there.
Dude,
I forgot who he was.
bro,
was an
you
old
couldn't
school
pay
one.
me $1 million to take.
Oh,
would
yeah.
you? Oh no, let me ask you. For $1 million, would you take one punch from Mike Tyson?
For $1 million, I would attempt to take a punch from Mike Tyson.
You
Wait,
probably would.
wait. So I need $1 million. I need $1 million and my medical, pay for my medical after the punch. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I would take it if he would hit me in the gut. Not in the face, because I gotta save my carita. But I would definitely take no, I don't know, dude. I don't know if I take one in the gut, man. So
yeah, that is true. That's a tough decision. I don't know.
When you grew up, again shooting from the hip, bro, we're bouncing all around. When you grew up here in San Antonio, what part you grew up there on the west side, right there by Woodlawn Park?
No. I grew up over by SeaWorld back when, if y'all are familiar with San Antonio, nothing was out there. You know, Marbach, between Marbach and Petranco.
Yeah.
Heritage, the duck pond, right down the street. So usually when I say that, people from that area will know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's where I grew up. Nothing was out there. Now there's everything out there. Big high school.
What do you mean by nothing? What do you mean by nothing?
Like
literally.
Like so that's where the Pope came back in.
Yeah, and the pictures when the whole thing. Yeah.
So that's
Pope John Paul when he came to San Antonio.
So that was there, and so I mean there was no. It was a 2-lane road, you know, back in the day. Stevens High School wasn't there. All those gas stations, there was probably one gas station that was there. All those stores weren't there. Yeah, all down Petranco.
And 150 was 151 not there?
So 151, no.
You're not that old, right?
151 was there.
It was there.
151 was there. You know, 151 was there, but yeah. So that's where I grew up. Over there.
It was cut off right there, right? Like all that new stuff. I mean, because it cut off kind of like where the HEB and Culebra meet, kind of, sort of.
Oh, are you talking about like the 1604?
Or, no, your area. I didn't mean Culebra.
Marbach.
Marbach.
Yeah, so that HEB wasn't there. It was further down a little bit. So they just had built that new HEB and they moved it.
Dude, you brought up another good ass point.
What happened?
The 3 letters that Texans love the most. H-E-B.
You need Robert for that one.
Bro. Yo, Robert, yeah, if Robert's watching, dude. Robert from church. The ex-court facilitator, you gotta behave. Robert, doing all right.
Well, he rushed our meeting so we could hurry up.
Did he really?
Good
Good job, Rob. Good job. You know, HEB, dude, if y'all don't know, that is our main grocery store here in Texas. And you know, it's not all in Texas either. It's really not. It's not in El Paso. It's not in some of the places, but here in Texas, man, HEB is where it's at. If you ever visited one, it's great. They actually made the New York Times, or I can't think, one of these big newspapers or magazines. They were the best, well prepared. If they said if the government was as prepared as HEB was for this pandemic, we wouldn't be having any issues right now.
Wow.
So that says a lot about HEB.
That does.
You like shopping there?
I did not know that. I love shopping there. Except when I'm hungry. But, you know, if I shop there when I'm hungry, I have a whole basket full of stuff.
But that you don't need?
That I don't need. But that I'll probably eat that night. I don't know.
Did you gain any weight during the quarantine?
We
were talking about working out in our garages, but
yeah, no, I didn't gain any weight, except for muscle, I guess. Does that count?
Damn.
So yes, you did gain weight.
Yo,
okay, so the answer is yes. I'm sorry, yes.
Healthy weight.
Healthy weight. Yo no, mira. I got barbacoa on this side and menudo on this side. It's all good. Little tripita, I got little tripitas right here. It's all good. Growing up, they used to call me and my brother the HEB brothers because it's Henry, Edward, and Bumper, even though I'm the oldest. But it's called
You got put
HEB brothers.
to the end or what?
Yeah, put to the end. But no, man, San Antonio. Since I've lived here, dude, the church has been a big part of my life. That's how I met you guys. It's a big part of our family. My kids love it. Everybody loves it. And what I always said, like when I was the ex-court facilitator, then I walk in and kind of like see like the man teaming and stuff. It was just great to see like the variety of people, bro. You know what I mean? Like all walks of life.
Yeah. No, I agree. You don't really know until you're kind of put in that situation and you meet and you talk to them, you know? And yeah, it's an awesome feeling. I definitely during this COVID, pandemic, I miss being out there and interacting. Because I know we were on team for...
We were, dude, and we got canceled, bro.
For the retreat. So that's a tough break,
We'll be back on the next one. Rob, we'll be back on the...
Y'all have a very powerful team, too.
Yeah, we did. We did.
I was really excited.
We had a freaking awesome team. Again, we're talking We're going back and forth. We're talking about Acts.
They're all over San Antonio.
Right, we're everywhere. We're talking about something that we do both do at church, and it's just a group of men, man, helping other men out, and it's just like we're just talking about. It's just a whole a variety of people, man, from all walks of life. I mean, I'm sitting next to a lawyer, and then I'm sitting next to a guy who just got out of jail. like.
Who got out of jail?
No, see, from right field. Who got out of jail? Who got? Nobody.
Somebody wasn't
We're
paying
saying
attention.
is like in a room where I'm sitting next to a lawyer, and then the guy next to me just got out of jail. Like the whole dynamic. What makes it freaking cool.
It does. It makes it awesome.
So, hey, Rene, in your family, you had anybody in the military?
So, you know, we have, my grandfather had been in the military, you know, from both sides actually. So, apart from my biological father, so I was raised by my stepfather and my mom, and then my biological father as well. So, you know, from all areas, we do have some people in the military. Navy was big, and the Army was big in our family.
So it can't be cool. No Marines.
Not Marines yet. Maybe so. We'll see.
Oh man, but I don't know, man. I want to tell you, bro. Like, and I tell, I'm not gonna say I told all my guests, but I, in all honesty, bro, man to man, like, I really admire you as a family man. I love seeing you at church. It kind of reminds me of me and my wife when the kids were little. Like all the kids, you know what I mean? And they grow in the pews. They just get taller and taller and taller.
It's true.
But I admire you for that. One, look who's on. We really got to behave. Yo, Deacon Albert's on. We better be like, Deacon, we just did a rosary. I promise. We just did a rosary right now.
You cannot lie.
That is
Leia.
He said it. I did not.
I did not.
He did, but no, I'm just being silly. I'm sorry, but this made me lose concentration. But I don't even know what I'm talking about. You made me feel bad. I don't even know what was I talking about. What was I talking about, bro?
Thank you him for.
Oh yes, I was thinking.
Yeah, that's right. You were thanking me for how awesome.
Yeah, how awesome you are. No, bro.
How awesome of an attorney he is too.
Yeah, how you know, seeing you guys in the pew reminded me of the kids when they were younger. Being a man of God, one, you know, and then just to kind of see, and once I got to know you and talk to you, like you being again, hey, we're live, bro. There ain't nothing scripted in here. Kids riding bikes, stopping wheelies. You want to say what's up? No, he doesn't. All right. But dude, you're a lawyer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? People always thank me for my service, like. And I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it, but I don't. Somebody always asks like, well, what do you think of people who didn't join the military? Are they below you? Are they? Hell no. You're a grown man, man. Everybody has their own path. I said this last week with my buddy Benny on here. Everybody has their own path, bro. And it's our faith. We follow our faith. Our path leads us in our own ways. Sometimes it leads us far left, far right. Sometimes, hey, it's a straight up road. But dude, I'm glad that you're a good friend. I can consider you a brother, and that you're a lawyer, bro. You know what I mean? Like I've literally have called him for like just say, I just need real quick legal advice. Don't charge me. Like no, real quick, put it on my tab. Don't charge me. Don't charge me. It's just some legal advice, but it's good to know somebody like you. You know what I mean? It's good to have somebody that you can kind of. You're not gonna feed me any BS. You know what I'm saying?
And I try to be fair, you know, and you know, to everybody really. You know, we get a bad rep, but I mean, like I don't like to have preconceived notions of people, and that's all I ask about me, you know. And we'll try to work out the situation. I don't take anybody for granted. I've learned that, you know, through my faith, and you know, I think that's important to know is that, you know, my faith drives me as well.
So that goes back to your law firm being faith driven, right?
Faith-based, yeah.
Faith-based. I'm sorry, faith-based. And you know, you like you said, you'll deny cases if you don't feel right about it, right?
I definitely have been put in a situation like that to where I would have to deny. Yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense to me, you know?
Yeah, I mean...
Why stress out? Because then the type of person I am, I'll stress out about it later on. And, And why do you want to do that to yourself?
Are you putting the link on there? Keep putting the link on there. We put it on there a few times. Again, those of you that are just kind of like joining us late, my buddy Rene here, he specializes in all kinds of law. If you're in the San Antonio area, somebody asked a good question, but I didn't ask you. Can you help veterans that are out of the state, or it's kind of hard? It's kind of a hard thing to do.
No, I think we would be able to do it because with it being kind of like a federal organization, we would be able to.
You'd be able to represent them in that,
that
way. So, hey, all my buddies that are veterans from out of state, he just answered your question, right? Hit him up, man. Hit him up. We put his website. His website's gonna go back on there again. Hit up the link. If you got questions, give him a call. You take text messages.
We have text messages, emails, anything really, phone calls. I mean, right now we're going through some stuff, some transitions with everything. But yeah, we can do what do you call them? Zoom meetings, anything like that. New age.
Everything is remote right now.
Do you do faxes?
I don't know what that is, but we have
fax, bro. Fax.
I'm just playing. Yes, we do faxes. But what happens is we scan them into the computer and we fax a PDF. We don't have a machine, like you used to use. We don't have that.
I know, bro, but like still people they ask for stuff like, can you can fax it to me? No, hold up, dog. Yeah, let me pull out this big old fax machine so I can fax you this. Like, we can just take a picture of it and send it to you now. I don't know.
Yeah, no, we do that too. Send me a fax and we'll look over some stuff.
So there you heard it right there from the horse's mouth himself, right? If you got any questions, man, if you've been trying, you've got nowhere with the VA, what do you got to lose, bro? You have zero to lose. You know what you have to lose? Whatever percentage you are compared to 100%. That's what you have to lose.
Get that thing filed, get that date, that date out there to get it, backdated, retroactive, and give it a shot. It's worth it for sure for you guys.
So when we're talking like you're not actually doing the applications, you're more helping like after that process, correct?
You have a question here. Somebody's asking you a question.
Mostly we're dealing with appeals, okay? But hopefully we'll have something in the works where we can eventually begin to help with the initial applications and trying to get it right the first time.
It's a good question right here, Rene. Abe, I think they got him for killing a lion. But they got minus VA stuff. Does he deal with illegal issues from prior military service? Abe, we're not going to ask for all your stuff on Facebook, but email him, dude. That's probably kind of getting a little personal.
Yeah, send me an email, and if I can't help you, I can definitely try to find somebody that can help you in that area for sure.
But that dude killed a lion, bro. Just to let you know.
And then we can talk about that story as well. Like I said, I need to hear that. He keeps telling me this. Bumper says he doesn't lie.
Oh, man. Debo, what's up, dude? Congratulations to my friend Debo. Debo, are you in Oakland, California, I think, or Northern California? He just retired, dude. He just retired from the Army. Shout out, boy. I'll whip you right now on camera. Congratulations, bro. Welcome to the Blue ID Card Club. Let's see. What is Edward? What? My brother said somewhere. Even when the video, sometimes it didn't happen. What are we talking about? Hey, what are you guys talking about? What am I missing here? Robert and Edward, refresh us here. Edward, video, or it didn't happen. Even with video, sometimes it didn't happen. Oh, he probably said something. Oh, he's in Virginia, bro. My buddy that just retired, he's in Virginia. One guy said faith-based law firm. That's all he needed to hear, bro. So, as a matter of fact, I especially talked to him. He's talked to me. I don't know if he's called Rick Reyes.
Yeah, no, we definitely try to instill that in all our decisions for sure.
I hear you, man. I hear you. So Rene, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
How old are you?
I'm 44. I'm 44.
I'm 36.
36. The only reason I asked that is because me personally, if I had a 26-year-old lawyer or a 36-year-old lawyer, I'm picking the 36-year-old lawyer, dog.
Why do you say that?
That's why I set you up for success right there, bro.
So why though?
What? Because he has more knowledge in not just what he's doing, You know what I mean? But in life, in general, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but knowledge is...
Wise. He's more wiser.
And what about experience?
Well, shit, he could have just got his legal. It doesn't matter to me. You don't know how long it took him to go to school. I'm just saying, like, just your age to me would make a difference.
Maybe
That's
you're more
the reason I asked that.
more in touch with kind of what's going on. Somebody that's a little older may not be. They may be used to the old norms or what were the norms. You know.
Yes.
26-year-old lawyer's doing your case and gonna go get drunk that night. That's for sure. He's leaving that law firm and he's going down to the local ice. What do they call them around here? Ice
house.
Ice houses, and he's getting drunk. And he's gonna show up with a little beer on his breath the next day for court or not. You know what I mean?
Did you ever tell him the story about what your lawyer told you when we won our case?
Oh yeah, let me tell you, bro.
He's all in here.
Check this out. I get a lawyer, right, for custody of my daughters. We're getting personal here. My wife threw it in from the field. And I was in California. Well, shit.
I think it's an interesting...
A California lawyer is not going to help me. My case was here in Texas. So I hired a guy here by the name of Mike Appel. And he was out of Kingsville and had a little office there in Beeville. And, dude, I hadn't spoken. I never met him. We just spoke on the phone and fax.
You use that or what?
Yeah, bro. I would have to, in the Marine Corps, I would scan this stuff. And then I would take it to the admin guys and be like, hey, I need this faxed. And they would, what's the number? They would dial it and
They didn't have email back then, right?
They did, but I don't know. The guy wanted fax, bro. He was old school. So we did it right. And when we finally made it to court, the day came. We met him the day before my court date. I dealt with him for about 14 to 15 months prior. And it was all through fax and phone call. And I met him the day before. We had an interview. He let me know how the trial was going to go, whatever. We showed up to court. And when they read the thing there at the end, if we won or not, I was like, yo, like, what the hell did he just say? I don't understand. And he's just like, hey, congratulations, you won. You know what I mean? And afterwards, he told me, he's like, hey, you're one of the first cases I ever won with a man gets custody. You're the first. I said, yo, dog, if you would have told me that shit before, I would not have sent you one dime. Oh, we also communicated through Wells Fargo, walking into Wells Fargo, depositing money, cash. But it's a funny story.
That is. I thought you were going to say you're the first case I've ever won. I was like,
no, that's why I asked you about my daughter. If she was your first case, but you said no. But was it female? Was it first female or male?
That was. I've had just females really.
No males.
In terms of same.
Because males stick it out, bro. They stick it out.
So that wasn't the first one?
No, I had done a couple before.
We prayed a lot about that one.
Yeah.
The marriage and the divorce.
So.
Well, of course you should about everything, right? So that makes sense.
I bet. Hit him up. Let's see. Not a cartoon. Everybody's hitting us about the storm, bro. You're gonna drive home in the storm, dog. You gonna be all right?
No, you should.
Oh, no.
You gonna let you go?
Yeah, you go.
Is it?
You get to the family? It's 9 o'clock?
Yeah, we'll get. I guess we're gonna get going, guys.
We'll wrap it up. You know I'm not wrapping it up, but you know I got a few more hours to kill. But Rene, dude, thank you for coming on. I know we kind of like jumped all over the place, but that's wacky, bro. That's what makes it Wacky Wednesday. We don't just talk about what you do. I like to hear about a little bit of where you come from, what you stand for. I want to thank you, one, for coming on here, two, for giving me your evening, and you brought your wife, bro. But I think she only came because they had another meeting in another room.
Yeah. That's it. They didn't want to watch. Know what's going on.
So he's a lawyer. He can beat the Stormy case. But thank you, bro, for coming. Thank you for helping my fellow veterans. Again, I can't stress this enough, man. If you guys are out there, if you are like at wit's end with the VA, you've tried and you've tried and you've tried and you haven't got the results that you want, dude, you have nothing to lose, bro. Pick up the phone, pick up your cell phone, send a text, an email. We put his stuff on here. My video is going to be posted. His website will be on there. Hit him up, dude. Would you consider yourself a small or large law firm?
No, we're small. I mean, we're talking myself and my wife are the only ones that are there, but we work hard. And try to do the best that we can for you guys, So yeah, I mean, there's nothing to lose. at all. You know, at least can give you some guidance, or can find somebody that might be able to help you with that particular situation. You know, so there's nothing to lose. Give us a call. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. If you guys have any questions, you know, we've been posting it here. You know how to get a hold of me. So, or talk to Bumper. He can definitely push you through.
Hit me up, dude. You know, if you own a small business, I'll put you on here. I got a few commercials to do. We'll do it after I let Rene go because the storm's coming. I want him to get home to his kids. But Rene, for real, bro, on the real, bro, thank you for coming. Thank you for giving me your time. And dude, you're the fourth guest on Wacky Wednesday. I don't know how far it's gonna get, bro. Every week I've been buying more and more stuff. Maybe the next time you come, I'll have like an actual.
I know, you should see a setup. You got the light.
Yes, it's like a green room, dog. We got the mics, but I didn't get time to set them up. But we'll set them up.
Yeah, crazy.
But thank you guys for hanging out. I'm not going anywhere. You know how it goes. I'll probably have my daughter come in here and BS with you a little bit. I'm about to walk them out for a little bit. Don't go nowhere. We'll be on here. Rene, thank you, bro.
Of course.
And if you need something, hit them up, dude. If you don't like who you're with and you're just tired of being with them, hit them up. He'll get you out of it. They will laugh.
You know, we'll counsel you in the right direction.
In the right direction. But you do divorces, though, right?
We do divorces, but I like for families to stay together, you know?
So I think, try hard. You push them away the first time. Like, no, that's not really what you want to do.
Well, you know, I think I have a legitimate conversation with them. And, you know, what routes have you tried to go? You know, I'm not trying to talk them out of it, but, hey, do you really, is this what you really want? You know, there's these routes. I have these resources that I can use, like Miss Ruiz, to say, hey, you might try some counseling. You know, so don't get me wrong. I fight the divorce, you know, but I also, from my faith-based value, you know, we believe in the family, and if we can hold it together, let's work on that too.
That's awesome, bro.
So it's not just about
nice.
It's not just about divorce and getting the money. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more than that.
I hear you. Hey, look, dude, I think your wife's giving us all
Does Texas still recommend you to do 6 months of marital family counseling before you get a divorce?
I think that varies on county to county, you know, but as far as Bear County, you're not required to do any sort of counseling.
No counseling?
Like that, no.
Asking for a friend. I'm just kidding.
Dang, dog, But y'all don't go nowhere. I'm not gonna cut it off. I'm gonna let it go. Jasmine, you want to talk? Oh, Jasmine's gonna come and talk.
Nice, taking over. Thank you, guys.
All right, y'all be good. I'll be right back. Rene, did you get your Dr. Pepper?
I did. It's nice and cold.
How do I? Oh. Hey y'all.
Who's on this hoe? What's happening?
Hey, Benny. Hey, who's that?
Leah.
Oh, that's a Bay.
Bay?
Where do they get a Bay out of that name, though?
That's probably
Oh.
dummy. Ask her what
So,
her
y'all, what's
stupid
going
ass-
on? Ah.
Where's your drink at?
Oh, right here
I don't drink.
and right here. Oh,
Zarazua. I'm finna put this home. Come join.
dishes. I didn't know what to say without you.
Look at that. Look, we got some viewers on this one.
All right, shotgunning time! Yay! Just kidding. I'm just gonna
Here we
check.
go. Cheers.
Electrolytes time!
Shalissa, come on. Newest
This
addition
is
to the family.
Alyssa, Melissa,
She said Alyssa.
Shalissa.
She sings. Did you cut your hair?
What the?
Jasmine, did you cut your hair?
Hey, where you at?
New Trulies are good. Hey, is this haircut looking good or what?
I just finished.
Oh, barely?
Yeah.
Look, my dad got the same haircut too.
You're live right now.
Watch when he come look.
Ask him if you got the nail.
Okay.
Hey, Jake,
I love you. Be careful.
Jake. Did
Oh,
you,
here.
Can I say something?
wait, did you get the 13th off?
No.
You didn't?
Not yet. No, not yet.
You think that you're
All
going
right,
to
he's
get
back.
it?
Look at his
Not
haircut.
the 13th, the first, sorry.
How many? Hey, y'all kept
Monday.
the viewers up? Y'all got more.
I told you.
Dang it. All right, now you're going down.
It's
You know,
alright.
now you're going down.
Jackie, you just went back to work after the COVID.
Jackie, you had 2 weeks off.
I'm not going to be on very long tonight.
That's why.
I got to work tomorrow.
You're good.
Yo, yes. Hey,
okay.
can somebody give me a tequila shot, please?
It's okay, Jay. We know you've been.
It's
Actually, I'm
okay.
taking one.
I get it.
Give me a tequila shot, somebody.
Better be at the grad party though. It's a Saturday.
Nico said Jacob.
And we hey,
Let me give some shout outs here, man. Who's still on here?
one shot together.
Steve, what's up?
No, talking to my brother. Leave me alone.
Is that what that was? Oh shit! Shots.
She wants to-
All right, Ricky,
Oh,
appreciate it. Yo, it's starting.
What am I
It's starting. The party's about to start. We're not gonna be on very long. I'm gonna be good tonight.
I'm not gonna be on very long.
What did Ricky say?
That'll be. He said he's gonna invite you to a wedding,
Oh.
and we're gonna go. Hey, Ricky, I don't gotta put on my dress blues because it won't fit around my neck, bro.
Who's Ricky?
My cousin. I gotta lose some weight.
Ricky,
Man, I want to go.
Ricky, he was in
He's a Marine.
no, but
Send me an invite.
thumbs up. I got a thumbs up. I got one thumbs up.
Where's my phone?
They've introduced your fabulous built son back here.
Who,
He's showing-
Juanito?
He's flexing for him.
You can't
Flexing
read
for
right
what?
I can't breathe right now.
You gonna take a shot with Dad?
He said he has to go.
Wait,
He has to go,
I gotta
I'm gonna take a nap.
Jacob has it.
he has to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on.
Dad, let's go. My phone's on 2%.
Y'all like I've never taken a shot.
No, but you've never taken tequila.
Here we go. Who's on? My brother was on earlier. Oh shoot. 14 viewers to a shot. Gabriel, we're on. We're gonna take a shot right now, bro. We're gonna do a shot right now. So to my son, Juanito.
I thought it was gonna
Pa
be
arriba,
Jesse.
pa abajo, pa el centro. He fucked it up. Pa adentro.
Oh, yeah.
Don't give him no more. Don't give him.
Fucking up.
One shot.
Woo. Damn. What is this? That's why. Ooh.
Jose Cuervo.
Oh,
That shit's
man.
nasty.
That's
That was a
nasty,
good
bro.
one, babe. Dennis said you sound really, really good.
Really?
He's doing he's streaming it so he can put it on a podcast.
Oh, cool. Badass. What's up, Nene? Yo, if anybody wants to get on, bro, hit me up. I'll add you on here right now. If anybody wants to show your face on here, let me know.
Melissa wants
I'll
to
add you
sing.
on. Anybody on?
Okay, a shot for Jackie. Hell no, she can't.
Hell no.
No, hell no.
She'll freaking stop.
Who said that?
Gabriel.
Oh no.
Gabby, are you crazy?
My brother?
Yeah.
Can I get a refill?
I don't see the comments.
I think I need a refill.
You get a refill?
Oh, just so y'all know, grad parade,
Huh?
June 13th.
No, I got
from
another
4
one.
From 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Parade. So stay in your car.
Okay, my shit was at 10.
She said parade.
So stay
Oh, we're having my daughter. That's the thing to do now. Yo, everybody's hitting me up. They want me to do like a real podcast. Hey, calm down. I'm trying to barely get a hold of this
Also, my
Facebook
brother said
Live.
you look great. Your grays be looking sharp.
No, it's because you got a good haircut.
It's because you got a ring light.
Shout out to my boy Joe the Barber in the house.
Oh yeah.
Which
He'll be a
that's
special guest.
yo. Next week we will have the one and only Joe the Barber,
Special
bro.
guest.
What?
Not next week, in 2 weeks.
What? I thought it was next week.
June 10th.
Oh my God! In 2
That's
weeks.
next. Oh,
That's
that's
why
in
I'm
2
here,
weeks.
guys. That's why I'm here.
That's why you're the bookkeeper's
We need
here.
a calendar, okay?
The bookkeeper's
We
here.
need a calendar.
Jake, come on, baby. You want to get on? Get on here.
He's gonna be fun.
Oh, there he is.
Why didn't you call
There
me
he
baby
is.
when I joined?
All right, Jake. I want you to tell everybody, the whole world. I want you to tell. They're up here. Don't look at this one. Look at that one. Look at this one up here. Tell everybody what your favorite movie is right now.
Rad.
Rad? What's Rad? What's the movie about? What's the movie Rad about?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know. What do you mean you don't know?
Who's the main person in Rad?
What's the boy's name in Rad?
Um,
What's his name? In the movie Rad, what's his name? The boy that rides a bike.
with the black bike?
Yeah, the chrome bike. What's his name?
He
Not
wears
not Bart Taylor.
He wears a red shirt.
The one that wears the red shirt. What's his name?
Oh, Jake, you know this one. Who's Jones?
Crew Jones, baby.
And what's your second favorite
Yo,
movie
my
right
buddy
now?
Angel just put Jacob's always going live, man. If you follow us on Facebook, he went live the other day, or not the other day, yesterday. He went live on accident. He was going live.
Jacob, tell them what your other favorite movie is.
What's your other favorite movie?
The
Killer
one with
what?
the clowns.
What is it? Killer what?
Killer Clowns.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yeah.
Dang.
It's on YouTube too.
It's on YouTube
He
too?
can sit and watch that movie in daylight, nighttime by himself and not be phased at all.
Tell everybody peace, love, and tranquility. No?
Bay said Tony Hawk's.
Tony Hawk. Hey, did you see the thing on Tony Hawk? Tony Hawk went to I'm gonna put you down, okay, Papa?
He did a podcast with Joe Rogan.
No, don't mess with that. He fixed the jacket to the one that was on.
Was
No, the white. It was the bright white one. Tony Hawk went to like a little. Hey, dude. He went to like a project place in California that had a swimming pool, and he started skating. And then all these cholos came out, and they were like, "Yo, bro, we're gangsta. Well, we know who this fool is." And they let him skate in the swimming pool as long as he took pictures with everybody. So he took pictures with a bunch of cholos from the hood. I don't know if it was in L.A. or San Diego.
We want WeChat. Time for Bumper to get off.
Dang, Benny, you serious, dog? That's Benny, that's messed up, dog. How can you say that? Yo, we're getting some bad weather, so we might not be on too long tonight because I gotta
It's mine.
buckle down. I gotta buckle
Don't
down.
take it.
What else? What else is? Well, as we're talking, man, that stuff. What's the gentleman's name?
Which one?
The one that just died. Floyd, right? Floyd. George Floyd. Yeah, that's a messed up situation, dude. It really is. My own personal thing is that's not what we're about, dude. That's not what our country's about. If I have any police officers on, or if you guys know any, tag them on here, dude. I want to hear what they gotta say. I haven't had any of my police buddies kind of comment on my stuff. Real quick, shout out to Angel in D-Town, Dallas, Texas. To my brother-in-law Gabby in Miami. Cynthia Flores Corrigan
Jacob.
from the far west side of San Antonio. Let's see, who else do we do a shout out?
Tovar.
What do you say?
Tovar.
Yeah, I said Tovar. Dave, what's up, Dave?
Rachel Elliott.
Yep. Let's see. It doesn't tell me who's on, huh?
No, only the on Instagram. Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Who's Benny the Jet? Oh, Benny Ray Puente. What else? World? What's going on, man? Our Wacky Wednesday is in full effect. This is my 6th episode. I'm working on.
Who's the new guest?
What do you mean the new guest? The next guest?
We want WeChat. Time for everybody to get off.
I don't know who the next guest is, but I do want to. If you want to get on, Jacob. If you guys want to get on, dude, hit me up on here. Ask to get on. Benny, send me a request. I want to put you on. Flashback from last week. If Benny Ray Puente is on, send me a request to get on so I can add you. Hey, there's not another beer. I know there's another one.
We bought you 2. You drank 1. You said, I think I need a refill, and then that was it.
There's 2. I've only drank 1.
Sit up straight, Jackson.
I told you. I knew I had another one. JD, Pablo, how y'all doing?
Spin
Why is it hot?
You gotta do the spin because the refrigerator's being opened right now, babe. We're eating dinner.
Save me some carne, please.
No.
Oh, do you want to eat
Yeah,
right now?
please. I
Mukbang.
can eat on live.
Mukbang. Mukbang.
Benny the ketchup lover. He likes more than ketchup, that's for sure. But no, man, like today on Facebook, I posted the whole Colin Kaepernick, and I know a lot of people. Colin Kaepernick is a sore it's a sore subject for some people, but that picture was powerful, dude. Like literally, that picture was powerful, man. You have a guy kneeling because of police brutality, right? And other things. I mean, I'm not going to say it's just because of that. He was kneeling in protest. And I always get asked this, and I think that I get asked this because I always get asked this because of my service. Like, does it offend me? As a matter of fact, Albert, he was on earlier from Macizo. One time we were in the vehicle together, and he asked me, I remember clearly, he asked me that, what did I think about Colin Kaepernick kneeling, right? And I, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, like, I didn't find no, what is this right here?
It's a jalapeno.
It's a jalapeno.
Yo, fresh one?
Yes, fresh.
No.
Come on, babe. You gotta try it. You ain't Mexican unless you eat a whole jalapeno fresh.
How
I
you?
don't think they're that spicy with the fries.
Dad, I washed it.
I'm gonna pull your card.
I know,
That's
but
spicy.
give me one of the vinegar ones,
Nah,
not these.
fresh.
That's why you have like a.
Fresh is best. Let's go, try it.
That's why you have red hair.
So back to the Colin thing. Like he asked me, like, what did I think about Colin kneeling? And what a lot of people don't know is that the reason he kneeled, I can't think of the guy's name right now. He played for the Seattle Seahawks. He was a long snapper for the Texas Longhorns that I personally, me and my sons got to meet when we went to visit a practice there with Colin, with the Longhorns, and Mac Brown was still at the helm there at UT, and we got to talk to him. The dude's a former Green Beret, right? Never played football a day in his life. Walked on to the UT football team. Became part of the team. They showed him how to be a long snapper. The dude made it to the NFL. He played for the Seattle Seahawks. He personally talked to Colin Kaepernick, and I think they came to a decision or whatever where,
Did you notice Mom's hair?
you know, he wasn't sitting down. He wasn't giving the back to the flag. He took a knee. That was his way of protesting. Nate Boyer, good job. Abe, you're always shooting through. Nate Boyer, former Green Beret. Freaking, he's the one that kind of, okay, Benny, exactly. You don't want to get on, but look, you're going to shoot me a comment like that. He said, brother, Colin did nothing for the black community, bro. He used that as an excuse for what he did. Call it what you want. You know what I mean? You can say what you want.
He's actually very privileged.
You know, he did grow up. I think he was adopted, right? He was raised by a white family. I get it. I didn't see you, Ben. Send it to me again. Let me see.
What's that kid?
I'm trying to think. Hey, Jackie, your Theo Nena said hi.
They're getting pounded by hell.
Who is?
Yeah, the Traco 604.
Your area, girl.
Hell in San Antonio.
Nene, when you get your package, call me.
I don't know why, Ben. I don't see the dang thing, bro. Maybe it's over here. Maybe I missed it over
Get
here.
out and get back
It's
there.
right there, Dad. It's right there.
No, Benny. It's Benny.
Yeah, it's right there. He requested you.
Right there.
Approve. Oh, yes, you did a great job, honey.
He goes.
Still got,
Now we can have a really good conversation.
still got to
Let's
teach
see
the
if he gets
boomers how to
along.
work technology.
See if he comes on.
Okay, it's got to be long enough.
Y'all gotta excuse me, dude. I'm gonna. My wife said I can't eat.
You didn't talk.
I can just look at my top. Benny, I added you.
When I used it.
Maybe this one.
There he is in all his glory.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother? So
Okay, so you wanna have this
we
conversation?
want to have this conversation right now.
All right.
Wasn't he just here last week?
He was, but we brought him back. So I'm gonna talk and then I'm gonna give you the floor, okay? So my thing
Okay.
is, oh shit, here we go again. My thing is that I fought for anybody to have the right to do whatever they want. Period, point blank. If you want to burn a flag like an idiot, you want to stand in the corner and yell stupid things. I and people before me have fought for our country to have that right, because in other countries you'd go to jail or you'd get killed or hung at the courthouse for even speaking, out of line. So for him taking the knee, he's out there. I get it, dude. Like I really get the fact that people really found that offensive and stuff, especially military people. But if Nate Boyer's the one that gave him the idea, a Green Beret, bro, who's been there, done that, not a dude with just I served 2 years. I was a good football player. They kind of had me do some admin stuff. The dude served. He's been there, done that. You know what I mean? He's the one that gave me the idea. So I didn't find no offense to it, bro.
Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna put you on a pedestal right here. Hold on.
On a PS5.
There you go.
Oh.
All right. Can you hear me good?
I can hear you.
Okay. So, hey, I agree 100% with you, bro. I'm that guy too. I served like you did, and I have no problem. If you want to stomp the flag, if you want to burn it, if you want to drag it, if you want to kneel down during the national anthem, that's your right. You could do it. But you're gonna hear my opinion too.
I got you. I'm ready.
You know what I mean? So no, I mean, like if someone's gonna do that, they're gonna get some flack from it. From me. I'm gonna let them know that, hey, I think that's wrong, and I think that a lot of people serve honorably so that we can fly that flag freely. And I just have more reverence for the flag than what that person does. So my opinion matters too, and yours does too. And I'm not going to stop them from doing that. They have the right to do it. That's why we served. But Colin Kaepernick, this is how I feel about him. I think that he took the knee and he used that police brutality as an excuse to kneel down, because he was never raised like I guess how do you say it?
He wasn't raised in
a
a black
privileged
community. Easy.
Yeah, so for him to do that, to use his platform to do that, I just think it's wrong. I
So
don't
why
think
did he do
that,
it though? You said you shouldn't use it. What was his reasoning for doing that?
I think he used it as an excuse because he does have African American blood in his bloodline, and maybe somebody put something in his ear. Maybe he's mad at the police about something, and I don't know. My sister-in-law is saying somebody murdered his cousin or something like that. I don't know, but I don't think that he didn't do anything after that for the black community. As far as like on TV, you didn't see him being an activist out in Chicago or in some of the hot spots.
But on that case, he did give money to the San Francisco Police Department for more training. He did offer more money up for the police to give more training on police brutality and things like that. You know what I mean? That's what I read. Now, whether it's true or not, could be one of the things. My daughter wants to have a little say in this.
So I understand where you're coming from. He wasn't raised in a black community, so you say, but that doesn't make him any less black. Maybe he wasn't victimized by a cop, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening. I wasn't raised in Mexico or in a very Mexican community, but that doesn't make me any less Hispanic. That doesn't make me any less connected to my culture. He's still a black man in America, and black men and black women and Mexican men and Mexican women are still being victimized by police. Just because it's not happening to him or just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean that it's not happening. And he has a platform. He's an NFL. What better to use your platform for than something that's happening in the world?
But what he's saying is, why not use your platform for something better? Is that right, Benny?
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I agree with you, Mija. I think there was maybe a better way that he could have used that platform by not kneeling. I know that Mr. Boyer was an SF operator. I know he was a special forces operator, and he knelt with him. He actually knelt down with him. So, I thought that was cool, man. Hey, show him the support, whatever. But I just think there could have been a different way. So what that did, look at the world now. Look what happened since then. It just created so much division. Division. I'm not diversion, division. People are angry at him for doing that because they didn't take it like they didn't understand it like that.
But
They took it as straight disrespect.
I
Yeah.
get it. Like I understand. Like at work at my old job, like we used to talk about all the time. And I understand it like 100%. It's disrespectful. And then he started this whole. Everybody started doing it, right?
But why stand up for a country that's not going to stand up for you?
But we in a sense we are standing up for him.
But in a sense, we're not.
We are because he's getting paid millions of dollars to throw a football.
That
And we give him
that
that
doesn't mean that
platform.
he has to stand
That
up.
doesn't mean that he has to stand up.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that he needs to pledge his allegiance to a country that's not pledging their protection to him and to other men of color and women of color. They're not doing it. It's not
Yeah,
happening.
it's good to hear what the young people think. I'm really enjoying listening to you.
Well, do you want to know what I
that's
think?
No, not really.
Go ahead, Ben.
that's the that's what the young people think, and and it's okay, but it's okay, Mija, that he did it. No one could stop him from doing that, no doubt. But it's not okay with me in my heart that he did it.
Yeah, and I get that.
So I mean,
You don't agree,
and I'm
you
not
don't agree
gonna.
with it.
I get it because like you come from service, like the same thing as my dad comes from service. Like it upsets me when I see a flag touching the ground because I was raised that a flag is never supposed to be touched the ground. A flag is never supposed to be disrespected, and I do get it. When he did kneel, that I felt that was disrespectful to the country and to people who protect the country. But at the same time, what are you protecting? You're protecting their rights and their freedoms. You're going to serve so men like him can have the opportunity to do that and not have their life at risk. Yes, he can have his career at risk and his reputation at risk, but at the end of the day, he's still alive. But there's so many black men and black women and Mexican women who aren't because they're falling victim when they did nothing wrong to people who are supposed to be protecting their rights, but instead they're taking them away.
¿Es hija? No es hija.
Great. No, hey, that's perfectly said, Mija. And you know what? Bumper said it earlier. Daddy said it earlier. I thought I heard him say it, but we weren't raised like that. We didn't have. We had, man, I could count on one hand how many black kids we had in our school, and we loved them. We grew up with them. We played basketball with them. There wasn't that division in our community, and especially after we both went to our different branches of service, and we fought side by side with men of color, and no one said anything. We were brothers, so it was really neat, and we experience now with what the world is going through, and it makes me sick to my stomach that we have to still see things like this.
I saw this.
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Did you see what I said about what Will Smith said? Like, about the racism.
Yes.
Like, that's on point, bro. Like, you're right. Like growing up in small town, like we didn't grow up like that. Like that wasn't, and I'm honest. I'm being honest with you. Like, did our grandparents and stuff probably have? Yeah, true. I mean,
ooh, there's big lightnings over there.
That's all good. We're alive, bro.
Did you see it?
We're alive.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me a text. Benny, my thing flashes over there.
I saw this.
But what I was saying was like, she threw me off.
Hey, I'll vote Jackie for
Then
president.
let Jackie finish.
Go ahead. We're gonna let Jackie finish.
Sorry. I saw
Let Jackie
this
finish.
video, and it makes so much sense, and I feel like it brought so much to people's minds, and it's being a person of color today. I feel is more beneficial to the country than it is anything, and it's been like that since they integrated black men and Mexican men or whoever into the military. They go to serve, they fight, and then they come back home to more racism and to more lynching and to more oppression. But they just use their lives and their bodies and everything to
But
protect
it's not as
everybody
bad
else.
as you're saying.
But then now today there's plenty of racists out there, but they're diehard football fans and they're diehard basketball fans. But who's typically the ones that win them the championships? Black men.
All the black people.
And black men. That's simple.
Hey, we got some Mexicans playing football too.
It's simple. Like you see basketball.
Maybe y'all are just different.
You see basketball players. You see basketball players, and there's plenty of racists here in Texas. We're technically the South, and they're rooting for the Spurs. And go Spurs, go. But how many black men are on this first? How many Mexican men are on this first? How many people from other countries are on this first? How many people from other countries are on the basketball teams and the football teams that you're rooting on? But then you're trying to get them sent back to quote where they come from.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of me and her. That means good upbringing.
She's gonna be either an attorney or a congresswoman
That's what
one
we've been
day.
trying to tell her, Ben. We'll see what happens.
We will be in that White House soon.
You know.
We'll be there bailing you out.
Hey, won't you be in the White House having a carne asada right in the front, dog? Everybody in the front. Everybody's invited. Put the fence down. Everybody's invited.
What's it?
Nah, bro.
It's a bad time.
I'm glad, like I told you last week, you being in the government and like seeing where we come from. Like, it's great to see. Like today, when you pass that information, that's freaking.
Yes,
that's what we need,
thank
bro.
you for that.
That's
You're welcome.
We needed to turn away from
we needed
more
of that, bro. And I raised my kids, and you can hear right there, like we don't.
Yes.
My kids, you know, again, if you're familiar with San Antonio, my kids graduated from Cole or
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt. Look them up. Look them up.
I go to Roosevelt. We're being white is a minority.
You know, but Ben, what I was saying earlier though, dude,
Ice on the ground.
I have a lot of white friends, bro, and I feel for them sometimes, like because they get what's the word? Alienated by other races because of stupidity that some few. It's like the cops. It's like backing up the cops. You know what I mean? We have to back up our police officers, bro. You know how much I hate to see a video where a kid's disrespecting a cop who's doing everything right. He's got, like, hey, I need to see your eye. I don't got to show you shit. I don't got to show you shit. I don't got. Everybody's a street lawyer. Why? Because it's on YouTube. It's what they see.
It's at home.
It's at home. You know what I mean?
And also, we're more educated on our rights today. Thank you.
But see, that's what.
But look at
that's
this.
going to get you in trouble one day for no
Knowing
reason.
your rights.
Hey, Bump.
Yes.
I do agree.
Benny,
that there
stop.
She just said,
Benny, if you were talking to, if me and you got pulled over by Ken Jefferson sophomores, we got two tall boys in the front seat with us that are open, and he's talking to us. Are we gonna say, "Why'd you pull me over"? I'm gonna show you my ID. What's gonna happen? Our dads
We're
will
gonna
get
go to jail.
called right there on the spot, homie. You know what I mean? But in the world we live in, I think that those times are gone, bro. I think
Well, look. Let me say this. Let me say this. What? And this goes back to the kneeling down of Colin Kaepernick. To me, this is when things really started escalating with that type of activity, that type of behavior. Because he rebelled against what the police were doing, and people took it in the wrong way. So the young people started rebelling, and they started questioning the police and not following rules and not rolling down their windows and giving IDs, and it just snowballed. And that's why I have a lot of animosity towards him, because I feel like he sent the wrong message. So I just interpret it in a different way than what maybe somebody else did.
And you know what? I'm not gonna mention no names. I'm not. But dude, just the other day out of nowhere, I had a friend of mine from high school hit me up on Messenger, and dude, I couldn't agree with. And we're literally he's on your side of your side of the political views, nowhere near my side of political views. But dude,
so he's on the right side.
Literally on the right doesn't mean makes you right, cabrón. But basically, like, it's sad to see that some friendships have gone.
Yes.
Really, bro. People have like befriended each other because of where you stand politically. Like, that's the world we live in. You know what I mean? No, you can't agree to disagree. You can't, like, dude, calm down. It's not that serious. You know what I mean?
Some people are supremacists.
Yeah.
There's some people that are supremacists. They think that they're views and they think that they're like. I'm not saying they were, but I'm saying that some people are like that. They think that the way that they think is the right way, and they don't take the time to hear out other people. And somebody in the comments said that just because you have rights doesn't mean you have to express them. I cannot disagree with anything more than I do disagree with that statement, because you have rights for a reason to express them. Yes, there is a right and a wrong way to express them, and yes, there is a right and a wrong way to come across them when you're in the face of a cop. But that doesn't mean that you need to not express them because you have them for a reason. People died for you to have those rights.
Yeah, you're
So
gonna die too.
Yeah, you're right.
You're gonna die too. You saw what happened. You're gonna die too.
But she just said, why you're right in the wrong way. You pull me over, and you ask for my ID. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Here it is. Oh, it's military ID.
Yeah.
My date of birth is on the back. Everything else is on the back. There you go. This is my information. This is my father's name. This is my mother's name. This is where I live. Okay. You know what? And there is plenty of black parents out there who teach their kids from the time that they turn 10, from the time that they're 18, when they leave their house, that whenever you come across somebody with authority like a cop, hands on the dashboard and you agree with everything that they say. You don't resist anything. But there is some parents who don't educate their kids, and those are the kids that express their rights in the wrong way because they only know them through the media. But they don't take the time to educate themselves through other sources.
Don't put that to a specific race either because that's the same way.
It's the same way.
Ivana's like, dang, Life PD, where you at, fool?
It's true.
I know.
So there is a right and a wrong way.
What makes me mad is like when I watch the videos like on YouTube and it escalates to something bad. But when it started, the cop was nice. The cop was doing everything right, bro. You know what I mean? And then the person just kept and kept and kept and kept. And then now you're in handcuffs in the back of the car. Bro, all you had to do was just freaking, you know what I'm saying?
Just do what you're told.
That's it. It's not that hard.
That's the right way to express your rights.
That's the right way.
What these guys did to this gentleman was the wrong thing to do. Like, they totally violated his rights.
You know, Bumper, when I saw that, Bump, you actually, you saw him die.
Yes.
They killed him on camera.
Ben, but did you see what I said earlier, bro? That was bad. That was bad enough. But you know what? Seeing that really hurt my heart. But what really got under my skin, bro, was seeing the videos that just came out today. Did you see those?
What?
So the videos now show, right? People were right away, well, maybe he was resisting arrest.
No.
Maybe he was having a hard time. Maybe, you know, bro, the dude did everything they told him to do, dog. Everything they told him to do. Is there no sound? There isn't. But if you watch it, the dude gets out, he stands by the wall, he gets freaking handcuffed, he sits down, he stands up, he walks across the street with them.
Because some police manipulate their words. They tell you, don't move. And then they tell you, get out the car. How are you going to get out the car without moving? You get up and you're moving, all of a sudden you're a threat.
Yes.
He was telling the guy.
And this guy's stature was
he's a big dude.
He was a big gentleman.
They're
so
scared.
I know this guy was intimidated by this guy.
That's insane. The guy was telling him to get up.
Yes.
So my sister Ben said, like, you do all the right things and you still end up dead. That goes, you can't. But if you teach your kids that, that's not, to me, it's not right. That's my sister. She can say what she wants. You know what I mean? But
yeah, well, it's happened. It has happened.
It does.
You know?
But dude, it's like you're playing a roulette here. What's the more safer option?
Just do what you're supposed
to
do.
Do what you're told, bro. Get your ticket and move on. Are some cops going to be? Yes. But you rather do that than be freaking, you know, what's the word? Non-compliant with everything, and then end up freaking face down on the street with the freaking knee on your neck. You know what I mean?
It's like the video that came out 3 years ago of those teens at a pool party. And they were all resisting. They were all, I don't have to do nothing, get off of her, fighting back, reaching in their pockets. That's not what you're supposed to do. And I know that's not what you were taught to either. That's how, it's exactly how you get shot, because you're resisting. And yes, like, you know, if a white man or white woman was to resist, it's okay. But you have to understand that this is the world that we live in, and your skin is a threat to anyone.
Yeah.
There's plenty of black men who are scared of other black men. And there's plenty of white men who are scared of, other white men and Mexican. We're just in a world of fear, and your skin color is a threat.
Dewey, I got a badass comment, bro, right here.
Okay.
Let's just love one another. That's it. Just imagine, dog, if we just love one another, and I'll be the first to tell you, I argue with people all the time. You know me. You start talking to me.
You're like your homeboy Vinny.
I like to ruffle feathers. I like to ruffle feathers, even when I really don't even believe what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, what does it say there?
And my Tia said that she's gonna teach her 3 interracial sons to always comply, and that's what you should do. That's what you should do because that's the world that we live in. Regardless, it's never gonna change. No matter how many movements, no matter how many fists are thrown up, no matter how many kneels are taken, it's never gonna change. Our world is never going to change.
It will.
It won't.
Your dad with the muscle shirt on. If your dad was to put a muscle shirt on, a wife beater, and walk around San Antonio, he would be a threat.
Yeah.
Just because of his appearance. Look at me.
I agree with that because you know why, and I'm sorry, Dad. When my dad was driving a 2002 Honda Civic, he was looked at as a threat. It didn't matter that we lived in a suburb with 3 other cars sitting outside. He was driving a 2002 Honda Civic, and he was seen as a threat. But you let him and you see him in his Caddy or his Kia, and he's fine, high riding on those streets. No one gives him a second look. But as soon as you put him in something that gives him a demeanor, he's a threat. But as soon as you put him in something that other people are living in, living their best life, he's fine.
Really?
Really call Tyler Perry because he needs to be in his goddamn movie.
There you go.
Jackie.
Hey, I Ben said gospel. But hey, Ben, bro.
Jackie's a lawyer.
Benny, what do you think? What do you think about what do you think about having a panel like that? Would that be a cool Wacky Wednesday with like some serious questions and like give each person dude? Because I got friends that are like, they're the same friends you got. Like they're passionate about when they talk about something. You know what I mean? And it really gets. Yeah. It's not about winning, Jackie.
I know that.
They're really passionate about. But what I was saying earlier too, you know, the dude hit me up like, I've lost friends, bro. Friends that I grew up with that no longer even speak to me because I don't agree with Trump. So politically, what they do. And I'm like, bro, I'm still Bumper Gomez, like, you know what I mean? I still like to fish and drink beer and you know what I mean, whatever.
And drink Don Julio. You know, it's fine.
You know.
Look, bro, Vallarta.
Hey, is that number 37 or number 38? What is that one?
Vallarta number 7.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
How old I am. I'm 17.
Hey, so Bump, there is some pictures floating around of the police officer that killed that gentleman in that arrest, and he's wearing a hat like
fake.
this.
It's fake. It's photoshopped.
Oh, okay.
It is fake. So they did the one. There's one that hasn't been proven yet where he's in a rally wearing a red shirt. It says cops support Trump or whatever, and he's like in a rally he's literally almost right behind Trump. That one's yet to be debunked, but the one where he's wearing a hat similar to yours has been debunked. You know, people are gonna do that. It's like I told you, bro. In those situations, and damn if you do and damn if you don't.
So then again, so you're right. Yeah. Society's not going to change. The only thing that's changing is technology, because technology is changing and giving people the ability to do shit like this. And this man right here, putting hats on him like that's not even a real photo.
But society is changing. You know why? And I say that is because my kids are growing up in a different era than we grew up in. And we're growing up in a different area. We grew up in a different area than our parents grew up in. And I'll just use music because I can relate to it very, very easily, agree or disagree. But I think music for us, and I've said it before on one of my earlier shows, like I think our culture in a sense is dying. Tejano culture, Chicano culture is dying. Yeah. Why? Because our kids.
I don't think so.
Our kids don't. My kids do. I'm not speaking of my personal kids, but in general, the Hispanic culture of men barbecuing outside, jamming out to some Tejano music, drinking some beers, the ladies inside with chisme, making arroz y frijoles, like tortilla. You know what I mean? That's how we grew up. Yeah. But those times are kind of going away.
So we're switching it up. You know, the men are cooking now.
And nothing wrong with it, right? Nothing wrong with it at all. Well, what I mean by music is like that music is starting to be turned into, you know, they all listen to hip hop. That is what most kids like listening to, and that's all that genre of music. That's all colors. Everybody likes that. You know, it's something that they all have in common. So I think within time, like it's more of a, it's more accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think maybe 15 years from now, I don't think we'll be as bad as a country as we think we are. You know what I mean? Is it ever gonna 100% go away? You're not, bro. You know you.
Hey, Bump, you know what our kids don't realize. Like, I don't know if your daughter knows this, but when your mom and dad were growing up, and when my mom and dad were growing up, there was still segregation. My dad was not able to sit in the Rialto Theater downtown Beeville. He could not sit downstairs. They sent him upstairs with the blacks.
Wow.
They were not allowed to. They were not allowed downstairs. They had to go upstairs with the blacks.
In Beeville?
And you know, in Beeville, Texas.
No, it's true because I remember going to the Rialto to when they used to show the Spanish movies. I used to go with my grandma. They would show the Vicente Fernandez movies in Spanish, and I remember going into the bathroom, and there was still like things where like it had like black's bathroom and like a white bathroom that they try to like paint over, but you could still see even in our courthouse, bro. Your courthouse of your county.
You know what? And I get that. Your parents grew up, so you know secondhand what it's like. They know first. We know third. We only know what's taught to us in books. And segregation ended years back, but mental and emotional segregation is still happening. It's still happening. When you see somebody walking down the street and you go to the other side, that's segregation. When someone tries to sit next to you on a public bus and you stand up and go to the opposite side, that's segregation.
That's not segregation.
That's
being
segregation.
a racist.
Hey, mija.
Go.
I'm 44 years old. I'm 44 years old. I'm the deputy mayor of a town of 15,000 people. And there's still ladies that don't know who I am. And if I walk into a store and they grab their purse when I walk by, that hurts me. That's like I'm one of the nicest guys you'll meet, but my appearance sometimes is, you know, they see tattoos and they see, you know, a bad haircut or whatever, or my hat's on backwards, and they get scared. So I get that too. You know, I'm a colored man in America, just like your dad is. You know, so we still get that. It's here. You know, it's okay. We can deal with it, and I think it would be great to have a panel bumper because there's a lot of things that need to come out. You know, like
and I want it to be real, dude. I want it to be like don't hold back. Like, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? You're not. When you say something that you think I want it to be like a panel, because sometimes you do panels, it's kind of like I can't really say that because if I say that I might hurt the person next to me. No, I want this shit to be real. Like, I want you to come out and let me know how you feel. You know what I'm saying? What really bothers you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know?
Hey, I might. Hey, Bump. I might lose you right here. I'm fixing to run out of battery.
Oh shit. Okay, bro.
But hey, bro. Good night. I love you guys. I love y'all, man. And God bless y'all. And mija, you need to go to law school.
I'm gonna take a shot for you, Ben.
She's a psychology major.
Oh, that's good.
So,
guys, this is just common sense. This isn't stuff that you go to school for.
What'd you say, Benny? We can't hear you.
He wants him to be he wants her to be a lawyer.
Oh, I know.
I want her to be my lawyer.
There you go.
There's keys.
All right, Ben. Well, dude, I'll get with you, bro. Maybe you can help me host that one. That would be good, because you know what I mean. We could kind of get we could sit down and kind of brainstorm. And that one we would write down topics, just so we're not from the hip on that one.
I'm gonna be on.
Well, she when I run for Congress, she's gonna be on my.
She'll be on your campaign trail.
I'm gonna be on the panel.
That's good. That's
all right.
Good. All right, Ben. I'll let you go, bro. Love you, carnal. Thank you for being on.
Love you, carnal.
Have a good one, bro.
Bye-bye.
Later.
God bless you.
I want to record. How many marshmallows you can put in your mouth?
What's the next topic?
Here.
I don't know.
You
Anybody
gotta
else?
try and put it all three. All four of them.
Yo,
My turn.
this is rough.
You know what we should talk about?
No, Key's on. He's a good guy to talk to about.
How the military has changed.
No. I want to stay on the subject because this is what's mattering in the country right now. I know people don't want to hear it. It's like, I don't want to hear that. But we need to hear it. We need to make it relevant. We need to hear it to become part of our, as my son's stuffing marshmallows down his
I saw this other video.
Bradley, if you're on, request to come
Mina
on.
said it too. She needs to what?
Double major.
Double
The sky's the
major.
limit.
I saw this other video.
Bradley asked to get on, please. Bradley.
And you know how
Jackie's gonna put
so
it in
you
my
know
hair.
how like when people say Black Lives Matter or Brown Lives Matter, and then there's the people that say All Lives Matter.
All lives matter.
But listen, you have 5 kids. One gets stung by a bee. Are you gonna give all 5 kids a Band-Aid, or just the one that got stung by a bee?
Yeah, but if any of the kids got stung by a bee, they're gonna get the same. They're gonna get the same acknowledgement.
Okay.
That's what it means. All lives matter.
This analogy goes into who was and is oppressed. You see these 5 kids, right?
So you think that what you think that?
Listen, let me ask you.
White people
Dad, I listen to you. Listen to me. Listen, you have an Asian kid, a Mexican kid, a black kid, and a white kid.
Who jumps off the roof? I'm just kidding.
The black kid gets stung by a bee. You gonna give the white kid a Band-Aid too?
No, that's not even close.
Listen. Are you gonna give the white kid a Band-Aid too? Answer the question, yes or no. If the black one was stung by a bee, are you gonna give the white one a Band-Aid too?
No.
Okay. So if a black person is being oppressed, are you gonna praise the white one too? Are you gonna try to uplift the white one too, or are you gonna try to get him onto an equal platform? Are you gonna try to make the one that was oppressed for so many? Are you gonna try to make the one? Are you gonna listen? Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Not at all.
Because if you take the one that's been hurt for so many years and you make them feel better, you know, you kiss their boo-boos or whatever.
Yeah, we got your twin on.
You bring them to an equal healing or an equal state as the others, or are you gonna give them all? Are you gonna keep the one that's back here and the one that's up here, and you're gonna move them at the same rate?
Oh shit.
Oh.
Our baby good. Hey guys, we're gonna have the lion tiger killer. He's gonna come on right now. We're gonna get him on all the way from New York City, ground zero of freaking COVID-19. Let's see if he comes on. Let's see.
What's good, homie?
Dang! What's up, doggy? All the way from Oregon. Uh-oh. Bradley, you're next to get on. You missed it. I was asking you to get on. Abe, I added you.
I'm out. I'm not
I think that analogy was kind of rough.
You don't get away.
No, it wasn't. You just didn't pay. You were ready. You were ready to come.
What's up,
on.
Chris?
You
How
were
you doing?
ready to listen.
No, I was listening.
Yes.
Jackie, Mina said no, but I'll put them all away. So put them all away so they don't get bit.
Abe, I added you, bro. I don't know what's going on. You got cricket? What the hell's going on? I can get you over to T-Mobile if you want.
You can't light him
Is
on
it coming
fire.
or what?
What?
Light what on
You
fire?
can't light him on fire.
Don't give him anything to.
There he is. I knew it.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey,
There it is. There it is. Okay, I
hey.
got it. What's up, Gunny?
Abe, I'm going to
I
introduce
see.
you to the world. This is my buddy Abe. He kills lions and tigers. Don't let the do-rag fool you. That dude can throw a spear from one side of the world to the other. Abe, where you at right now, brother?
I'm in New York right now. I'm at home, just chilling.
Chilling?
Yeah, I'm
You
chilling.
still in quarantine?
Yo,
Big time over there in New York?
I can still hear your voice, like from the other recording.
Hey guys, you guys gotta keep it down a little bit because I'm only hearing from my phone. It's hard to hear.
Can you guys
What'd you
hear
say,
me?
Abe?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're real light, but I can hear you.
That's a bad.
Yeah, yo, y'all need to what Jackie's saying, I get what Jackie's saying when she said if you get stung by a bee. What she's saying is a lot of things that's happening. Right? A lot of things that's happening right now is happening to black and brown people.
Thank you.
So by you saying all lives matter, yes, all lives matter in the general sense, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about a specific. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get a 9-line, right? And they ask you, you know, how many people are injured, you know what I'm saying, and what equipment they need. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna be hurt later, but right now, these are the people hurt, and this is what we need. These are the equipments we need.
Thank you.
That's just what that is. I get what the analogy with the bee. It kind of makes it like, oh no, far-fetched, but I get exactly what she's saying. Right now, black people getting killed, brown people getting killed, right? And that's what we're fighting for. That's what Cap is fighting for. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he didn't do anything for the community, but we don't know that because a lot of these celebrities, they don't show what they do in private. We just see what, what the news captures. But they probably doing hundreds and thousands of things behind the camera.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And Nate Boyer told him, like, you know what? It's disrespectful, but this will be better. And he went and ran with it. Even though I get what Benny's talking about, that it divided the country. Yes, it did. But they didn't understand the story behind it. His story, he was trying to, Jackie said something about your platform. Your platform does matter. You know what I'm saying? Gunny, like when you retire, you were like a master sergeant or master sergeant, right?
Yeah.
But I know you as Gunny. That was your platform. You know what I'm saying? If you get into a position right now in the future or whatever, and all your people that knew you as Gunny, right?
Yeah.
You could influence their decision of making something that could be, you know what I'm saying, that could be life changing because of your
Got you.
platform. So for him being a good quarterback and stuff, like he lost a lot of things, but he chose to
He
go
lost
with
his
it.
career because of it, pretty much.
That's a huge sacrifice for somebody not coming from the black community or not doing anything, which he does, by the way. We just don't know about it. We'll have to like actually look into himself.
Yeah.
But what I want to ask Gunny, what he lost all that. What I want to ask is, when it comes to like the police brutality and stuff, right? When we're in the military, like they taught us how to like subdue a threat without being fatal.
Not even.
Why don't they teach that in the police academy?
In the
Why do you
civilian
have
world.
to dump in 30 clips? Why can't I just, like I
That
get
that
I get the adrenaline and the fear, because I respect cops and all that, because you don't know what you're gonna get into. You have
yeah.
kids, you have your own family, you have all that. You don't know who's gonna act up. You don't know who's gonna do what. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if they make it a muscle memory, like in the military, if they make it a muscle memory, like being in the range, I think the natural thing is gonna come out, which will be, what I'm saying, just try to subdue the threat instead of like just blasting. That's what I don't understand.
I think I agree with you 100%, but I just think that like in the military is a little bit different than being a police officer. A police officer, they leave and they're normal people in a sense where like they go and they live in a world, like they go back home, they live in the neighborhoods, they live with the same people they grew up with. In the military, you're kind of away from all that. You know what I mean? Everybody's kind of like this,
Yeah,
right? We're
yeah,
all from all different walks of life. But when it comes to training, even though they're a cop, their beliefs are still there. Not saying that in the military their beliefs are gone once they join, but I think in a sense that's kind of where it's different. So if it goes to me saying that there's bad cops everywhere.
yeah.
You know what I
Facts.
mean? There's cops that it's just a job. Like they put it on, they buckle up their stuff every day. They go to work. Hopefully they don't have any interaction with people. If they do, maybe their true colors show. Maybe they hide it. You know what I mean? You don't know. But we can't treat every cop like they're the cop out there putting a knee on somebody's neck. That's not who we are. That's not the country we are. And that's not what you fought for. And that's not what I fought for.
That's like saying every
Yeah,
soldier
but
You
has
know,
a
how do
responsibility
we
to be there.
separate that when we experience
Yeah.
that? Because Gunny,
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing right now, like I've experienced two occasions, right? That I was like, what the hell did I fight for?
Yeah. And Dorian did too. And look, Dorian doesn't even talk.
let me see.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was like, what the hell did I fight for? Because one time, and I was afraid for my life in both situations, and like, and that's me being a Marine
With police officers,
with police officers. With police officers. The first time it was Thanksgiving, right? This was like a couple years ago. I think it was like 2015, 2016-ish. I went to a fish fry party at night with my neighbor. No, not with police officers. Like my whole, like my neighborhood, right? Everybody on that street, we all know each other. So like we invite each other, like we all go out together, drink
right,
together, and all that stuff. Just like to police our children on that
right.
street, right? we went to a different place, right? My neighbors took me to a fish fry somewhere for Thanksgiving. This was at nighttime, and I'm outside. I went for a smoke, right? And I had to use the restroom, but I'm outside. So I'm like, you know what? I knew I was wrong, right? I peed on the street. There was a tree there. And I was like, you know what? Let me pee because I'm outside anyway. It's a party outside. Let me pee here. But guess what? You had a black car roll in, tinted, and all I heard was, if you make any move, it's gonna be a bad day for you. Now you had like 4 or 5 people with flashlights, and you know how their flashlights are. You can't see nothing.
Yeah.
Right? And they had that on my face, not even on my body or nothing. Right? When the car pulled up, they pulled up like they were about to do a drive-by. So I was thinking it was the owner of the house that I have the trees in front of. But they pulled out and they had the flashlight and they're like, if you make another move, it's gonna be a bad day. That's already scary with a statement like that. That's one. You know what saved me that night, Gunny? I had my dog tag on. I have no idea why I wore my dog tag. Because I've been out
They
for
saw
like
your
what?
dog tags, huh?
For like 2, 3. No, I had to tell them. I was like, don't shoot, I'm a Marine. And they were like, you're a Marine? And then they picked out my, all through this time, I still could not see them. They pulled out the dog tag, looked at it, and then they brought down the flashlight and said, have a nice day. And they left. Right? I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. But then I thought about somebody that was a civilian and didn't, like, they wanted to exercise their rights. It could have been a whole totally different story.
And you know what, Abe, with you saying that, like, I know you know what I mean? I know how your calm demeanor, I know how you are. You know, that says a lot. And I think we can all relate, dude. I had somebody here on comment, and I'm gonna respect everybody's comment, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it verbatim. It says in 53.
I'm 53.
Oh, I'm 53. In 1973, I was bused 15 miles to get integrated with blacks when I was in 2nd grade. I was called names all through school. So you want hurt? I can tell you. Or my dad being run off the road because he thought he was Iranian. Yet we've been in Texas since 1853. Leads me back to my history.
Wow. Wow.
We've all been hurt, not just blacks. Going up to the plains and see what happens. All lives matter, just not black. That's what I'm saying. Like, I get the all lives matter, and I get what you and my daughter are saying. Like, that's true. But who's the ones who are always making the media, always coming up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The brutality. But I think you have a lot of.
Also read this comment. The country
has always been divided.
It is, and it's always gonna stay divided. It's like a mental thing.
It's always been divided, and those who choose not to acknowledge that this is happening are the reasons that it continues to happen. That's a great comment.
Exactly. Bingo.
But you know what? Not all
Bingo.
lives are being affected the way black lives are being affected, and that's
Bingo.
the point here. Is that's what people are not realizing, and that's what they're not seeing. Yes, we get it. All lives matter, obviously, but the ones being affected are those lives.
Now, Abe, you know me. You know me personally. I've led you in many different ways.
Yes.
All over this world, right?
Yes.
Now, what about? I've had friends that were Hispanic, and you know what they say? A lot of them are like, the shit that the black people are crying about in the communities that's happening to them, it's happening to us too. You know the difference is?
What?
We have nobody to speak about us. There's no Jesse Jacksons. There's no.
But you do though, Gunny. You do.
We do. But here's the other part. The part that I don't agree with.
Yes.
You'll hear him say, "Well, you know what? You know why we don't bitch or complain? Because we have other shit to worry about. We got to get up and go to work tomorrow."
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? People say that.
You know why?
Yeah.
You know why? Let me tell you right now.
Right.
And people are not going to want to hear this, but this is the real reason why Mexicans do not complain. Because Mexicans don't have that. They're not here legally. Okay.
I'm here legally.
Nah, I don't.
That's why they
No,
don't
no,
complain. It's not
no,
about.
no.
It's
I would
not
have
because
to.
they can't.
I
Okay,
would
this
have
is
to.
why.
I would have
You
to
know why?
disagree with
They
you.
can't make a public face for it. Exactly. We can. They cannot make a public face for it.
Nah,
That's
I
why
would
they
have to
complain.
disagree. I'll have to
Look,
You're
disagree.
right. You're
Where
right.
I'm at
I
right
disagree.
now,
I disagree
yo,
too.
Gunny, I go to a Mexican lounge. This is not even like a Hispanic, like maybe Dominican or whatever. I go to a Mexican lounge. Like Mexicans have businesses here. You know what I'm
New
saying?
York City.
New York City, where I'm at right now. Mexicans have that. They have people in political positions. This is when I think it's like it's like a myth, because it's like there's always this comedy, like comedians have a big part to play in this when they talk about Mexicans and picking cottons and doing all that.
No,
Like,
hey, no,
you know what I'm
no.
saying? Comedians do that because they'll be like, oh, Mexico, like you just jump the fence, and it's a lot of that. But where I'm at,
No, that's not what he's trying to say.
Mexicans have businesses. I'm talking about they running like a whole community. It's not even like a small, like, oh, you have a little taco shop. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about like big time businesses?
Big time business. They have laundromats. They have
Taco Palenque in the
clubs. They have a lot of things going on, right? My thing is, it doesn't matter who's represented. It matters whatever issue is on the ground. If you decide that, you know what, Gunny, if you decide that, you know what, your family on a Saturday afternoon in the summertime, you want to make lemonade and you want to sell it to the neighbors, right? You decided that you want to do that. You want to make that lemonade. But now think about your neighbor sees you with that lemonade, and now next Saturday they come out with lemonade. Okay, yeah, I get it. Anybody can make lemonade, but right now we're selling lemonade. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to come in. That's why I don't agree with the all lives matter thing. Yes, all lives matter, absolutely. But right now, the black people felt oppressed, and the brown people felt oppressed too, and they felt like, you know what, we need to come up with something. Even though it says Black Lives Matter, most things that's happening to black people are happening to brown people. But when you need something, you have to be specific. You can't say black and brown. You have to say, you know what, I'm black. This is what's affecting me. This is what I'm concerned about. And I want to speak on this. So you're not going to be like, oh, black and brown lives matter. You're going to say black lives matter. But in totality, the same thing is happening to us is happening to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of blacks they like Cortez, AOC. That's why I say your daughter sounds like AOC. Because when she's speaking, when she's requesting certain things, when she's demanding certain things, she's demanding things for her community. Exactly. Now she's a Hispanic, but we could relate to what she's saying, and we understand, a passion behind it, and that's why a lot of people are gonna support her being black, because we understand that, you know what, if they could do that, it will give us opportunity, because we all live in the same neighborhood, we all live in the same community. If they could benefit brown people,
So you came well, let me read this comment real quick this is from one of my old Marines from 2-5, a good friend of mine. He put, these current issues will not end until those who say all lives matter start acting like black lives are included in that rhetoric. Yep. Everyone wants to step on the Black Lives Matter movement and never wanted to understand why it said what it said.
That's what it is. Agreed, 100%. That's what it is. You gotta let her shine. You know what I'm saying? We get it, all lives matter, but you gotta let her shine in that aspect, because it's gonna throw light. Yes. It's gonna throw light into what's really going on. But the thing is, mentally, that's what we have in the office mentally, right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Gunny, you and I, we're different because you know how like boot camp really changes a lot of things. Because when we go to boot camp, we all have our own mindset until we start seeing the survival modes of stuff. Then it takes off that veil, and we don't see color.
He's
because we've been put in that situation to survive. You know what I'm saying? We don't have sleep for 2 days. You're already derailed and all that. Like, so by the time you get to like, oh, this is what really matters, you don't care if that person is white or not. It's not the same for people in the civilian world.
Let me see if I can add one more person. Hold on.
Yes, please.
Wait, babe, your hands. Oh, there we go.
Okay, hey Key, I'm gonna get you on as soon as we're done with Abe here, because he's bringing up some great things, and
You know?
my buddy Key that I'm gonna bring on, bro, you'll like him. He's very vocal, and he's a
I
very,
love that. I think you need
he
to do a
believes.
panel, Gunny. I think you need to do it.
Oh
because-
yeah, no, but my buddy Key, he'd be awesome. You know why? Because he's married to a white lady and he has biracial kids.
Oh.
He lives like in a uppity neighborhood of Dallas Fort Worth. So he gets the looks. I know he does. I know he's itching to get on right here in a minute. But I want to thank you, bro. Dude, you know I love you.
I love you too, Gunny. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything that you
I know-
instilled in us. Like, you know, I might be crazy sometimes, but I always take notes. I love it. I always take notes.
You
gotta come visit us sometime.
You gotta come visit us sometime.
Yes, I will. Once Miss Rona's done.
Once the damn Rona's done, we'll keep some real Ronas down over
right
here
now,
in
on Rona doing her thing. We gotta let her shine. But,
no kidding.
Hey, but you keep jamming, bro. Keep hanging with me on
yes,
Wednesdays.
and I got my guitar and my piano. I picked the guitar. When I saw you play, I was like, okay, now I want to start playing. And I haven't now. I'm still learning, but
Yo, I bet. Dude, you know I love you. He already knows what's coming. He already knows what's coming. I bet, come on, baby. Before you gotta get out, you gotta sing the fuzzy one.
If I was a butterfly, I thank you, Lord, for making me wait. If I was a fuzzy was a bear, I thank you, Lord, for my fuzzy was a hair. And I just want to thank Father for making me.
I bet I love you, homie.
Yo, be safe. Be safe. One love.
All right, brother. That was freaking awesome.
How do you end this?
Right here, I got you.
You gotta, and you gotta put down the mom.
Let's see if he's still on. Dude, that was awesome. That didn't make your night. I don't know what will, bro. Give him some love. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. He got his head. He probably got a microphone set up.
Hey, I was listening. Oh, you know what? I don't know why it stopped playing through my my headphones, but hey, nonetheless. So I listen. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I actually have you on my laptop too. So I was typing and listening at the same time right now. So.
What's that?
Mama, please turn that down because I can't hear fighting and I can't hear.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
He's talking to the girls because they're playing music.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to get carried. Hey, can y'all turn the TV down a little bit?
Oh, see, I'm not the only one. There you go.
Y'all some
Say what? No, I'm. Let me. They try to kick me out the kitchen.
Oh hell.
What's going on, man?
No,
hey. I enjoy listening to that brother speak just now, man. Very insightful.
But bro, you ain't know what I bet. I bet kill lions and tigers, dog. You ain't on that level yet, King.
Oh, hey, listen, I'm ready to talk, bro. This is a subject, dog. I'm like,
yes, I knew you would be.
I've been seeing the conversations that have been going on and what people are commenting, and I do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's amusing and it's eye opening because I think a lot of people, especially other minorities, seem to take this whole Black Lives Matter thing as if we're saying that, hey, you as a Hispanic, you as a Arab, you as a Asian, you like we're not saying that you matter in this discussion. I think what people fail to realize most is that blacks have been in this country since its inception, right? We have endured every struggle since the inception of this country. but our struggles does not exclude anyone else that's a minority. And when you look at poverty, when you look at lack of education, when you look at the prison industrial systems, who is the race that's mostly affected by those issues? It's common across the board. It's black and it's brown people, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's just that when we say all lives, like when people say all lives matter, it's true. We're not taking away that, you know, the unarmed cop or the armed cop and he was unarmed. We're not. His life was less important than anyone else's, right? But when we say Black Lives Matters, like black people only make up 15% of the population. Think about that for a second.
15%?
15%.
Shit, now that's brown people. We taking over, dog. We about 50%.
Y'all are.
What I want to understand is
I can't deny it.
What I want to understand is why people get so upset or so bothered when they hear or read Black Lives Matter.
No.
No, answer the question.
No. It's not that. What I'm saying is, I'm the fly on the wall. I love Key.
Do you ever roll your eyes?
I don't. Not that statement, because that's only a few. I want to say that white America today has evolved. Like everybody, it's just the few, and when you make it the few, it's like being a bad cop. Like I said already, they get automatically viewed that they believe that way because of the color of their skin, and that's not right. That's not fair to them. It's not fair. It's not fair to them. You know what I mean? I have plenty of friends that are white that they don't see color of the skin, and that's how it should be. Now, is there people who don't see it that way? Dang right. That's the country that we're in. I mean, we're not going to get around that. Key, I was talking about having a panel of like, you'd be a great panelist.
Can I give you an example, babe? And I'm gonna give you this because I saw this picture and it was a post that somebody shared. I don't remember who shared it, but somebody shared it, and it was a gentleman. It was a guy pointing a gun at a group of cops, right? And he was a white man. And you know what the cops were doing? They were reaching for his gun to try to take the gun out of his hand. Now, do you think that if that was a brown person or a person of color, you don't think he would have been fucking dead and shot by every single one of those cops that he was pointing that gun to?
I get it. I 100% agree with you. Like, I understand. Like, somebody showed a meme earlier, Key. I don't know if you've seen it. Like, the church shooting in South Carolina. The one dude that did all these.
That's a prime.
Like, one dude, they took him to get something to eat.
They took Dylan Roof. They took. Slaughter.
You can't hear him. They put him in the closet. We can't hear you, Key.
It's Key, bro. I don't know where he's at. There he is.
You can't hear.
He can't hear you.
Yeah, you call me.
He can't hear you, doggy.
You call me.
You better get with Spectrum.
No, I did it.
What are you doing?
I can't hear you. Hey, I'm gonna get you off and then add you back on.
Wait, you can't hear him. You know what? His speaker's probably connected again.
Maybe his Bluetooth speaker.
Tell him to check his speakers. Text him.
Key, I'm gonna add you back on. I'm gonna kick you off.
Yeah, look, he's gonna go get it.
All right. Hey, those of you guys that are on, my friends, dude, chime in, bro. I know. See, it's not just me. We can't hear you.
He went to go get it. I think his Bluetooth connected again.
Let's see.
No, the rain.
It pushed him over.
He's stupid.
They probably did in that Tahoe.
I can't hear you. I'm gonna get you off and add you back on.
Is it your phone, babe?
No, I think it's you.
Sorry.
Request to get back on, Key.
I'm gonna get some charge real quick for you.
All right.
All right.
You could invite him, babe. Go to that same thing.
You can't hear you. Let's see.
Oh.
Dude, this is great. This is great conversation right here. I'm enjoying this.
Your man said, "Get home
That's
now."
his way of saying you need to go home now.
You should have got this one.
The only person that can tell me to get home is my dad.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yo, Key, I
Your
can hear
dad's
you,
gonna
bro.
defend him.
If you would see what I'm looking at right now, bro, I got my wife using my freaking barbecue lighter to burn marshmallows, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, bro. What is this coming to, bro?
Bro.
So, back to what we were saying, Doug. Like, I know you're real. We've had these conversations over a lot of alcohol, and I've riled you up. You riled me up. But at the end of the day, we're still brothers, and I still love you.
Hey, but how do you feel about that?
Likewise.
Because y'all's conversations usually were about.
No. I understand 100%. But again, I'm always the fly on the wall. Like, I'm always devil's advocate. You gotta listen to everybody's. You gotta listen to everybody's freaking point of view. You can't just automatically go with one person's point of view. And he would agree to that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I don't think like it's funny because I feel like being in an interracial relationship lets me see both sides of the dynamic, right?
Yeah, but I know why you really married your wife.
I mean, it was for the credit.
He did. I got his ass. I got him saying on live, baby. He married his lady for the credit, dog.
No, man.
I know it's not true. Go ahead, Keith. My bad.
No, man. No, but I think that it's eye-opening to see certain dynamics of being in an interracial relationship. Like growing up, right? I used to feel like, I mean, because when you grow up black, you think that only black people have those problems, right? Like, oh, only black people go without money, only black people go without food, only black people suffer from police brutality, only black people, but that's not the case, right?
I'm glad you said that.
Because the thing is that, I mean, like growing up where I grew up, right? I mean, it's not as devastating as, like, you know, Compton or Watts or Fifth Ward, New Orleans, or you know, the Bronx.
Beeville, Texas. You got Beeville, dog.
Shut up.
But growing up, I mean, I grew up in a small town 30 minutes east of Chicago, right? Right next to Gary, Indiana. And
that's home of the Jackson 5?
It is home of the Jackson 5. We went without. We had our struggles growing up. Were there people worse off than us? Yeah, absolutely it was. But I think that, like, growing up, like, I was like, oh,
okay, I don't think
and mind you, my parents worked their ass off to get us into certain situations. Like, I went to Catholic school, a private Catholic school, from 5th to 8th grade. You know, so what
you're saying is you know how to do the sign of the cross, is what you're saying.
It does it all the time.
All that. I just think that when you look at it, like, you start seeing, like, the other side of things. You see that those other people go through that as well, right? Do they go through those things maybe at a higher or significant rate than we do? Probably not, right? Because people talk about privilege all the time, right? That's the new thing, right? White privilege, right? Does white privilege exist? Hell yeah, it does. I'm married to a white woman. I do. If anybody knows that it exists, it is I. That is a real thing. My wife has gotten me out of a lot of shit, to be quite honest with you.
Because she's white?
Why? Because she has good credit, or because she's white?
She has good credit, because she's white. She's blonde. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is you know, we can sit here. You and I can sit here and joke about this. You and I can sit here and we can discuss these topics. But the reality is that there are a lot of people who don't see the other side of things. There are a lot of people who honestly put on blinders and they don't want to see the other side of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to see. All they want to see. A lot of people out there say, like, hey, I only want to see things that exist in my world. And if you live like that, you're gonna say when you see something on TV that says, "Oh, they are arguing Black Lives Matter." Well, no, it doesn't. All lives matter because like this is my world, and you're saying that my existence is less than that black person's. That's not what we're saying at all.
No, that's not what exactly.
And if you don't get out, and that's why I posted earlier, until everyone understands and sees the world for what it really is, we'll never I'll be honest with you. I think the biggest progression that we could ever make as a race is between, to be quite honest with you, is between black and brown people. Until we understand and we start uniting with each other, the majority of the hate that I see out there is between black and brown people, or within their own
white on
race.
black.
No, I mean, dude, listen, does that exist? Sure it does.
Right.
Sure it does. But the thing is that we will always be the minorities to the white people. And the thing is that they will always take us as a lesser until we start working together to get the things that we feel, because our neighborhoods are the neighborhoods that are mostly affected. Listen, our neighborhoods are the ones that's mostly affected by the things that we deal with on a daily basis. Black and brown people are prosecuted and imprisoned at a higher rate than any other race in the world.
But you think it's because we commit higher crimes?
Okay, so why?
Yeah.
What's the root?
Because we live in poor communities and we got to find a way to freaking eat and survive.
It's a cycle. Until we break that, bro, listen to me.
But you broke that cycle.
Your
dad broke that cycle. Your dad's a friend of mine on Facebook.
He is, but my dad did break that cycle. And listen, I'm gonna tell you something. It's funny because you know what the cycle I broke from my dad is beating my kids.
Kitty, come on, dog.
Hey man, I'm being honest.
I'm working on.
I'm being honest.
I'm working on that one too. I'm working on pulling hair too.
Bro,
hey, hold on, T. Let's read some of these comments, bro. We got a lot of comments coming in.
All right, go ahead, man.
One is my sister-in-law said having diversity makes us all better.
That's facts.
Facts. My daughter said, but there's also those who have never had the opportunity to experience those things.
And Mina said,
and that's my kids. You know my kids, some of them before they were even born.
Yes.
So, you know, I never taught my kids that. I've never, the color of the skin really doesn't.
Because we grew up like that, babe.
I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. But again, my point
Bumper.
on my side is like
your wife, and you and your wife befriended me and my wife. Though y'all were like the first people that we befriended each. We lived right down the street from you when you checked in at 2-5.
Yeah, your wife.
We carpool to work every damn day.
In the caddy, baby.
In the caddy, bouncing.
Might have been asleep, but we made it.
Hey, man, listen.
What I'm saying, bro, is like I think I get the whole Black Lives Matter, and I'm compassionate to all of that. But I'm also compassionate to, like, sometimes white people are left to like, hey, bro, like you're assuming because of the color of my skin that I think this way. You're married to a white woman, right? And you said about the white privilege. I get that. But dude, there's some white people that just, hey, bro, they love everybody, man. They're not about.
That's true. That's true. You know? But so let me ask this question, right? Think of the white friends that you have. Think of the white friends that you have.
A lot,
right? You have a lot, right? Those white friends that you have probably grew up in a diverse community.
Which I said earlier, grew up here in South Texas. We're like here.
Yeah, they grew up understanding what everybody went through. So there's some people like we were in the Marine Corps with. I'm not gonna say any names. Herf. Who go like you when you go through certain, like, if you don't understand a certain group or whatever, you have this mentality that, like, yo, I'll give you a prime example, and I love this guy to death, man. It's Ogren. That dude was that dude. It hurts my heart that we don't speak as much as we used to, and it's all over that orange clown.
But I said that earlier.
But because we have different opinions about politics, right? And it's sad because people don't realize that these politicians don't give a damn about any of us.
I say that all the damn time.
White, black, brown, yellow, dude, they don't care about us. It's very few that do. And the ones that do don't make it to the top. They don't make it past our own community because primarily they want to be a part of their own community. But when you think about the ones like, so when you sit there and you say, hey, oh, I have like the guy that I'm referring to in the Marine Corps, dude, this dude told me I was the first black person he's ever, like, that was really his friend, that he had ever really gotten close to and gotten to know. Dude, you know us, we was thick as thieves.
Yeah.
Dude, this was my battle buddy. This dude was like the dude, like we were roommates in Okie on our first, when 9/11 happened.
I brought this up earlier though. Like I've lost friends over politics, and that's crazy.
Over
like,
dumb shit.
We got. I think we're a country where you know, it's okay to disagree, bro. Like it's all right. Like, you know what I mean? We all have our own thought process, our own way of thinking. That's all right. I have a friend of mine on here, Miss Cleaward. She said right here, and she said, when did this become so political? My husband, who is white, was an officer in the Marine Corps, and you know he got people.
He wasn't
spit,
an officer.
You know, when
he was in the Marine Corps and an officer.
Yeah. When he came back, you know, all the Vietnam vets, they were spitted on and stuff like that. Like I think the military helps people like me and you being more diverse.
And do you know?
But I know that some people in the Marine Corps never really diversified. I mean, they might do to get them by, but their true colors end up showing somehow, some way.
It's human nature to stick with what you know.
Yes.
Right, and that's why, like, so who put on there that it was Jalen, right? Who said, you shouldn't have to. No, hold on. What did she
my
say?
sister said you shouldn't have to experience anything to know that it's bad.
Right, but Jalen was saying that some never had the opportunity to experience those things.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's true, right? Because a lot of times people don't want to go out of their comfort zone. Listen, for my company, I'm the general manager for our company, right? I do a lot of networking. It's funny because I'm usually the only black person there. I'm usually the only black male there, and in those networking events, it's usually dominated by white blonde women, right?
Yeah, because they look good. They have the face.
I didn't say she did.
They're true. They're the face of their companies, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
It would be one thing if I went to one and said, look, it's a bunch of white women here. I'm good. I'm going home. Right? But no, I immersed myself into it. Like I jumped in feet first, and I have expanded my network because of it. If you're not willing to step out of your comfort zone and get to know people for who they really are, you will never understand anyone.
Okay, Keith, stop right there where you're at.
Okay.
So you immerse yourself. You go into this place. You're the only black man there. You said a lot of white, blonde-haired people, right? And your first impression is like, well, they're probably seeing a black guy. They want to have nothing to do with me. At the end of the day, how opposite is that way of thinking?
No, it's. I think it's spot on. I think a lot of people do. Listen, if you walked into a room, somebody said, hey, Jose, I want to invite you out somewhere, right? You show up by yourself. You get there. It's one other Mexican in the room. Who you gonna gravitate to?
Yep.
The white blonde haired lady.
It's human nature. It's human nature. It's human nature. But if you're not,
Miss Sarah, help me out here, Miss Sarah. Tell her I will gravitate to the white blonde woman.
You gotta go out there and meet new people. You gotta make new friends, bro. It's funny because man, I get here and I think I'm like, man, like, I I get to thinking, like my best friends, right? And not like an excuse, like I don't think of y'all as best friend. I think of y'all as brothers. Bruce, you, Al, Scott, dude, we got a text. We got a
Tobar,
text
he didn't say
thread.
your name, bro. He didn't say your name.
No,
I was waiting for you to get somebody.
why you doing that, man? Come on, man. You know, Kid Face is my little brother, man. But we how often do we text each other? We text each other weekly, pretty much.
Weekly, motherfucker, every day y'all blowing my shit.
Every day.
I'm a weekly.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, and that's what, like, it really takes you going out there and you gotta want to make a difference, right? Someone asked me the other day and says, "Why do you do so much for your community?" It's not just for my community, though.
It's for your kids.
It's honestly, I want to be the example for my kids, absolutely, because I don't want I don't want my kids to think that, oh, we're giving everything and we don't have to give back. That's not the case, because I'm gonna tell you something. People gave back to us, and you know, what's up, Jose? I had somebody helped us out at one point or the other when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing. My dad was a Marine, right? And that's one thing that my dad had diverse friends. He had this one friend, Frank, that he worked with, and I think up until Frank passed away, maybe 5 or 10 years ago, like, they always communicated. Dude, Frank was at our house like every day when I was growing up. If you don't experience that, if you don't put yourself out there to experience that, you won't grow as a person. You won't grow as an individual. You'll be singular-minded into your approaches to how people are and how they really act as human beings. Because the thing is that, dude, there are people out there. There are people out there who are good people, and you will never know. You will never meet them if you don't make it a point to go out there and say, hey, I want to go out there and meet somebody new. I want to go out there and hang out with that person, or invite them over to your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude,
yeah.
It shouldn't just be about you and who you are. It should be about, hey, how can I help somebody else? And when you see your fellow man down, hey, how can I help them out, and how can I support them and pick them up? Because that's what's not happening. We live in a world now where, I'll be honest with you, what's upset me about the what's his name, George? It was George Floyd.
Yeah.
The gentleman who the cop put his knee on his neck. Who helped him?
But that's what I said earlier. Imagine if me and you were there, we would have bum rushed the cop and like hit him to knock him out. What would happen to us?
Yeah.
You know, it's key. It's the world we live in, bro. And I hope that 15, 20 years from now, your daughters who are biracial, they're not going to be seen any different. You know what I mean? That's what we wish for. And
that's what we wish for.
And I think I speak for probably 98. What happened to my light?
No.
What are you guys doing?
Nothing.
My light went out, bro. I don't know what the heck's going on. Burned out. Let me unplug it real quick.
Hey, let me say something really quick, because you have brought up something, right? So Kiara, freshman year, came home and she was like, hey, we were talking as a family and we were just talking about how their friends are at school and everything. And Kiara said, we were just talking about who they're friends with at school. It was their freshman year, you know, who you hanging out with. And Kiara made a statement and she said, it's oftentimes that I feel like I'm not white enough for my white friends and I'm not black enough for my black friends. And that got me to thinking, because I'm sitting there like damn, like, we still doing that now? Come on, man, I live in Trophy Club Roanoke.
I know, bro. You didn't hear me earlier. I did a shout out to you.
I heard
he
that.
Lives in a rough neighborhood, bro. but Bradley, it's the same for us, bro. Like, you have Mexicanos that are from Mexico and will never be Mexican enough from them. Oh, you don't speak Spanish, whatever.
But why do we do that to each other?
It's just. I think it's just a way.
Why do we like? So you meet a Hispanic who doesn't speak English.
Oh shit! I don't.
You don't speak Spanish? You like? Do not see it. Oh, you Hispanic, but you don't speak Spanish?
Yeah, your last name ends in an EZ, and hey, we're taking. Is that the electricity or is that my electricity?
Messing with the breakers because the outlets went out.
Yeah, the outlets. Hold on, Bradley. The outlets went out because y'all got 10 things plugged in that one outlet with the water softener. That's why.
Your son.
They got an outlet with 20 things plugged in. It's like one of those where you plug it into.
Make it like that. You made it like
I know, but it's only supposed to be the water softener and whatever else you're going to use for the time being. Hey, well, unplug all that stuff. But oh shit, are we still on, dude? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know what's going on here. I think my Wi-Fi might have gone off. I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see. I think I'm just on the LTE. But bro, I dude, if I could have you on, maybe I can make it when you're down for that weekend. I don't want to dampen the thing, but we can do a good 2 hours. I gotta look around, dude. I want to find somebody who's like, I have somebody in mind. I have somebody in mind, but if I can get him here, because he's from my hometown. Somebody mentioned him earlier. I grew up with him. You know what I mean? He's a great dude. But I don't know, dude. I think somebody posted earlier, like, we just need to love one another. You know what I mean? I don't see that. I don't see that happening no more.
There's not enough of it. It's not enough of it, man. And you know, and the thing is like, I think the more we're against each other, the more that others, and that when I say, and I don't listen, when I say like the outside people, right? I'm gonna tell you something. Money makes this world go round. The rich don't want to see us unite. It has nothing to do with.
Are you assuming that the rich are all white?
No. I'm the only color that matters is green. If you have that color and you have a lot of it, they don't want to see black and whites unite. They don't want to see Mexicans and blacks unite. They don't want to see, if that happens, then it disrupts the natural order that they have set in place.
Got you.
You listen. Why does inner city schools suffer the most? Why? Not enough funding. It's a reason. Listen. When we get a certain status, right? Why do whoever you are, right? White, black, brown, or whatever. Why do when we reach a certain status, we move out of our neighborhoods and try to get to the neighborhoods that have the better schools, the better communities?
I wouldn't know a better school.
Electrician in the house. I fixed it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you had too much stuff plugged in there and
No,
overloaded
it wasn't
the thing.
even that.
What
It was
was
the
it?
GFI thingy.
Wow. So
if only Robin Hood was true, Sarah.
Only what?
Not Robin.
What about Robin Hood?
You know what, Bradley? Like I really believe that if we would just unite, bro, you know what I mean? It's so much easier, so much harder. What's the word? So much easier said than done. You know what I mean? Like it really is. I think if everybody would take our mentality we have, like being brothers and stuff, I think this whole world would be a better place. But you're not always gonna.
But to Key's comment about when you're serving in the military, maybe that's why other countries make every person in their country serve, so that you can learn to love each other.
Yeah, I I saw, what I was trying to tell you is I remember seeing a video of they put all these kids of different backgrounds. They put them on a line, right? They put them on a line, and the guy running the running the activity, said if you took lunch money to school every day to pay for your lunch, take one step forward. If you had a cell phone from the time you were 10 years old and your parents paid for it, take one step forward. You let all these things, right? At the end of the activity, I don't know if you ever seen it, but all these people were like forward of the line, right? So now we're going to run a race. The finish line is where I'm at. Some of you are already 3/4 of the way there. And some of you are at the freaking starting line. That's life.
That is life.
It is. And at the end of the day, take the color out of it, right? Because there's poor Hispanic people, poor white people that had made something of themselves, regardless of what's. I can name you, dude, on the top of my head. Oh, I can spit all kinds of names, personal names that I know that have started from nothing and they found their way, regardless of color, regardless of how they were raised, regardless of what they had in life. They found a way to get ahead and to make something of themselves. And I think that's what makes our country great. You know what I mean? Regardless of the setbacks that we have, in reality, is it harder for some? There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Like, there isn't. You know, me and you have had this conversation before. Like, it's out there, it's real. But in reality, I wish it wasn't. I really wish that everybody thought the way we did. You know what I mean? But at the same time, bro, you know it, and I know it. There's African Americans who think that everything's owed to them.
That's found in every race, though. That's found in every race.
There is, but if that's the case, like, what do you say to them? A guy from freaking Gary, Indiana, on the side there, freaking born and raised. Your dad he joined the Marine Corps, made a life for himself. You guys followed in his footsteps. You live in a beautiful home in Dallas. You're raising beautiful daughters that are great athletes, are great students. You have a beautiful wife. You have a great life, right? But guess who got you there, bro? Who got you there?
Me.
You. So regardless of the situation, at the end of the day, it's up to you as a person to get where you want. It's like I tell my kids, bro. My kids, one could be a freaking doctor, one could be a lawyer, one could be the burgers at McDonald's. If that's what makes them happy as a parent, we've done what we're supposed to do. You know what I mean? But you have put you where you are now. Nobody else. Nobody has given you a break. You worked hard to get where you're at. You and your wife.
And listen, and I think, you know, that's it's very important, right? My parents honestly instilled that in me, right? My mom and dad was like, hey, you'll make something of yourself. You'll get out of this, you know, get out of the hood, get out of here, get out of there. You're gonna make your way. But I think that it does require an education. The thing is that at the end of the day, everybody deserves an opportunity, right? Everybody should be awarded the same opportunity. I'm not saying that, hey, let's make it easy for everyone. No, I'm not saying that. You still have to work, right? But the thing is that if you live in, like, why is my kid's school district better than the school district one school district over?
Because you live in a nice ass neighborhood. But you and your wife work hard to do that, though, dog.
We've put ourselves in a situation. We've done that. We've done that. But again, and I guess the question would be is how do we break that cycle to make sure that everyone is afforded that same opportunity?
You're not.
But are they? What? Are they afforded the same opportunity?
No.
Dude, I just want to, like, honestly, that bottom line, take color out of it. where you start doesn't mean where you're gonna end. I mean,
Sure.
and I get it. Like some people, some people, some people, it's gonna take so much more for them to get to the end. When like it's just like that activity. They started over here. These guys started here. They got to zigzag through all these obstacles to get to even to where this person just started. You know what I mean? But it's life, bro. That's the life that we live. That's the life. That's the world that we live in. It's not fair. It's not. And you're a prime example of, you know, you have a beautiful family, bro. You know what I mean? You don't take I guarantee you, your girls give you no excuses. You don't take no excuses for shit. Why? Because you know what's life gonna throw at them. You know what's coming your way. You know, would them not go through that? Sure. As parents, that's when we don't want our kids to go through any of that, any kind of troubles that we as parents went through. Every generation's like that. We don't want our kids to go through those same things. We want it to be easier and better for them. But they're gonna have their own issues, their own problems. You just gotta hope that you instilled enough into them that they'll be able to pick themselves up if they get knocked out. You know, and me knowing you and knowing the girls, that's the case. They ain't gonna need no man in their life to get where they're going. That's for goddamn sure. You know what I mean? So
we don't want to raise them like that either.
You and Carrie have instilled that into them since day one. You know what I'm saying? And that's great. I just, it's sad that, you know, they're gonna have a little, just because of the world we live in, they're gonna have a tougher way to get to the thing. But you know what? I think you guys have raised them with enough morals and respect that hopefully in their era of time that things will be easier. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's kind of like, that's my spill on that. You know what I mean? I look at you, boy. You better wake your ass up, boy. Come on, you froze. You froze with your eyes closed, and Key, like you was falling asleep, dog.
No, I was. Somebody kept messaging me. I had to mute it, man. I was like, you interrupted.
My bad. Yo, I was like, oh shit.
I was sitting there reading, man.
Oh shit, we took a good picture of you. I'm gonna send it to you. But let me read some of these comments.
Okay.
Bottom line, no one deserves to be killed though by those who have sworn to serve and protect.
That was our base. That was our base point earlier.
Yeah, they're good people in every race. If we want to change. What did she say? Stop saying it's just the world we live in, bump. Change. We just no. What I mean, Mina, by that is like it's the world we live in. We're not gonna change everybody. We're not. And and you have to teach your kids that there's gonna be people who it's like showing each other at the park, right? They're kids. They don't know. They don't see this. They don't see this. They're taught that. They're taught that. So we're hoping that within time, as generations go, that it's not taught anymore. It's something that we can look past. So,
it's somebody had made a statement to me one time. Some people just want to see the world burn.
They want to see the what?
Some people just want to see the world burn.
Oh.
And it's
you believe
no
that?
Huh?
You believe in that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That their lives are so bad that they want to see the world burn?
They just their thought process, the way they view things, the way they act, bro, that's just some people are just bred that way. And and again, could it be taught? Is that something that they're taught? Sure. Could it be an experience that they had and now they have like this fuck it attitude? Sure. But a lot of people, like, for the most part, a lot of people want to see good. A lot of people want to do good. But there are those few who just want to see the world burn. Why? Because they may have had a bad experience. They may have had you know, a bad upbringing or whatever. Like you had said earlier, no one puts you in a situation but you.
Yeah.
But the thing is that how does one become to the point where they like if you've never met me, right? I feel like, okay, first of all, I feel like I'm a likable person. I feel like if you don't know me, I am like one of the coolest people you could ever meet, you could ever get to know. Like I really feel that.
Slow
Listen,
down, bro.
listen,
Slow
come
down,
on, come
dog.
on.
Damn.
You know
That's
it's
a lot
true.
at one
You know
time,
it's
dude.
true.
You're one of those people.
Listen,
You gotta take it in slow.
No. I go in fast. All gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes, Lord.
But like I had a coworker one time tell another coworker. She was like, "I freaking hate Deion Warner," and that coworker was like, "Why?" Like the look on her face. She was like concerned for her, right? She was like, "I don't know. I just don't like him." How could you not like me? I'm funny. I'm handsome. I'm smart, bro. Like I have
funny and smart. I get, bro, but handsome.
I have.
You're a happy person.
I have likable tendencies. Yes, thank you, Weecha. Listen, people. I'm not saying like I'm just the coolest guy to know, but I'm just saying. But what I'm like, how could you not?
You got me in a lot of fucking trouble before when you.
If you don't know, if you don't get to know me, how can you not like me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point I'm trying to make is how can you grow up hating a certain race? Because there are people out here who hate black people. There are people out there who hate Mexicans. There are people out there who hate Asians. There are people out there who hate white people, right? But how can you hate something you don't know?
True. But it's what they're taught. It's what I'm trying to tell you. It's what they're taught.
Millions of every race out here. How can you say you don't like someone if you don't know all of them?
I mean, that's like saying, how can you hate a tortilla? Everybody loves tortillas.
Listen,
bro.
Anybody who hates tacos, you can't trust them. If you do not like tacos, I can't trust you.
Look what Abe said. Abe said, funny, handsome, likable, but you're black.
Damn,
dog.
That's what Abe said. He's a black man.
Bro.
Oh, shit.
Look.
Tell me not text me now. I'm gonna get her on here in a minute because she's
the
gonna
lady
have a
in
lot
Central
of
Park is a prime example of racism and people using inequality to their advantage, and that is very true.
That's true. Like I saw that video, bro. 25 years ago, that dude would have been 30 years to prison for nothing for telling the lady to leash your dog.
If he wasn't recording.
But how much of a heart did he have coming out and saying, "Leave that lady alone. Let her be." The same man that was almost getting the cops caught on came out and said, "Hey, I'm bigger than this. Like, leave the lady alone. Let her be. You know, it is what it is." But I don't know, bro. I love you. I love everybody. You know, I'm a likable person.
I'm gonna say this, man. Listen, if you don't have a diverse group of friends, you're missing out.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you something. Because of my friendships with like, bro, I make a bomb ass ceviche. My ceviche bomb.
I know, dog. But I gotta ask you a question. Who parties the best, dog? Be real.
Ooh, Mexicans, dog. I love y'all.
You know, hey, you know that party baby.
If you ain't never been to a Mexican quince, you missing out, bro. Bro,
hey,
now listen. I have my one friend. I don't know if she's still on here. Harriet was on here earlier.
Yeah.
She's from Gambia. Bro, they know how to party too, bro. She's from Africa, bro, and they get. Okay. So listen, I'm gonna say this.
She's from Abe. She might know Abe, bro. She killed lions and tigers.
Oh yeah, listen, they might.
They don't fuck around. Don't let that do-rag fool you. That motherfucker put a spear in your heart, dog. Quick. And he look at you like, what's up?
So listen, I'm gonna say this though, man. I like what I love and like I wish people took their culture a little bit more seriously, man. Whether it's Mexican, whether you're from Gambia, whether you you from, you know, an island such as Trinidad and Tobago, Puerto. I do that when I was in Puerto Rico for those 3 months. I loved it because they take their heritage serious. I'm a black man in America, right?
That's the only place that has more flags in Texas.
That's true. They actually, so there's a part in Puerto Rico. Quick story. There's a part in Puerto Rico called Morovis. Morovis has one of the largest Oktoberfest outside of Germany, bro. Because when the war was happening, when World War II was happening, a lot of Germans, you know, a lot of Germans flee to the islands, like the Caribbean islands and Brazil.
You mean the bad Germans? They fled to the islands?
Yes. But they fled to those islands and they seek refuge there and immerse their cultures. Bro, I had schnitzel in freaking Puerto Rico.
But with a side of arroz con gandules?
Yes, and they had and it was Puerto Rican sausage. It was not German sausage. But what I'm saying is like, and I think that's the great part of having diverse friends is I'm able to see those cultures, right? I'm able to see how people celebrate their cultures. I'm a cultureless black man in America, right? We may celebrate Kwanzaa, we may celebrate Juneteenth.
Trinidad.
We have a lot of
Nelson.
We have a lot of American holidays that we celebrate, right? But we don't have our own because a lot of our culture is washed away. I couldn't tell you my great grandfather was born in.
But what do you mean culture's washed away? Hell no, the black culture's strong,
no. Listen,
bro.
What I'm saying. Listen, what I'm saying is like I'm proud to be a black.
Mexicans are sagging their pants.
Listen, okay.
Bro,
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying though. Yes, these kids they become Americanized, right? But that doesn't mean that they're not still going out and having the traditional quinces and the celebrations that they're still a part of that within them, right? They still listen to my guy Ramon Ayala and they
I didn't even say nothing, bro. I'm not
and bro, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. There's still a culture within them. Just because they sag in their pants don't mean that they're not proud of their heritage. Is what I'm saying. They may have some American tendencies, right? But I think like be proud of your heritage, man. Because there's a lot of us out here that don't have that opportunity, man. We have to do the 33andMe and the whatever the swabs, and you send it your DNA to get it tested. To find out who you really are and where you're really from. Y'all don't have, dude. Bumper, where was your grandfather born?
My grandfather? He was born in Texas.
Where was your great grandfather born?
And remember we talked about don't start laughing, motherfucker. In Germany.
Okay. Well, so but what I'm saying is, you still have that opportunity to trace those things back.
Yeah.
You
saying you don't?
My great grandfather was born in Port-au-Prince. After that, we don't know. And the thing, my great grandmother, we know she was born in the South. Her birth certificate, we don't know we don't know where it's at. We don't know her origination and stuff. We don't know where her parents originated from.
True. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I just, I think I want to tell you on here, like, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, the father that you become, and you don't let your daughters, they being biracial, they kind of get to see both sides. You know what I mean? But you're right. Like, you never think about a biracial kid having to go through, hey, I'm not black enough to hang out with you, or I'm not white enough to be with you. You know what I mean? They're kind of like stuck in between. So.
Have y'all seen that show? Key, have you seen that show? It's a Netflix show. And it's funny. It's called Black #AF.
I haven't seen it. I keep saying I might check it out.
That shit's hilarious.
That little girl is hilarious, and she goes deep. It's a good show to watch.
But
and if anybody's watching, Y'all need to watch
Key,
it.
I'm gonna get you on the panel, bro. I'm gonna get my sister-in-law on before she freaking goes to sleep.
She's in bed already. She said no.
What the hell? Never mind. She's already in bed. It's gonna be a dark screen. But no, bro. I like I said, dude. This is open dialogue, bro. I hope any of my friends don't think that you can think whatever you want of me. If you really know me, you know how I feel about everything.
I'm gonna say this real quick because Abay said this earlier, and when I was listening to him, you now have created yourself a platform, bro, and you need to keep doing this. Real talk.
Yeah, I started with some raw meat.
You thought of what?
He literally did.
I started with some raw meat, and then people were like, "Hey, just fuck it, keep going, dog." So,
Hey, listen. You got a great thing going here, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. You got people tuning in, and you got a lot of people tuning in. I think I pissed Miss Sarah off.
Oh no, she's cool. And I give her.
Upset. She was saying good night.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, tell her don't listen. I'm a good guy. Don't
you met her. She was at my retirement.
Okay.
You met her before.
Hey, listen. You got a good thing here, bro. Keep it up. You got to listen. Looking at your comment, dude. You got 347 comments up there right now.
That's right now. Wait till
73 reactions, bro. Listen.
Was Key on when Jackie was on?
You got huh?
Were you on when Jackie was on?
Yes, I was. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Jackie is spot on, bro.
She was looking around. Jackie's for real,
bro. Hey, what's up, Lena?
I'm so excited to see y'all.
Why you tell people can rob his house if you tell them that he's coming over here?
Yeah, because they know where he's at. No, I'm more excited to see the girls.
Just hey, make sure you stock the fridge up with Coors Light so we can pour it out and get real good.
I don't drink that a lot anymore. I drink seltzers.
No one drinks that. You're too young to be drinking that.
Yeah, you're too young.
I'm Bradley, before I let you go, bro, I'm gonna give a shot for you giving me your time, bro.
Hold on, let him get his shot.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. This was full when I started. And I'm messed up right now, bro.
I got a good mug, dog. Let me see that mug. What you got?
Oh, so this is actually
Oh, that's an Air Wing one.
Yeah.
I already see it.
Listen, my 2.5 glasses, I put them away, man. I should have brought it out tonight, but those are like my special glasses, bro.
All right, well, you make sure you start bringing in some bitches out on Wednesday.
Just mad because you've never made it to the Air Wing.
It's all good.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you didn't miss a damn thing. You didn't miss nothing. Trust me. Hey, you know the only good thing I got out of the Air Wing was a degree.
Hey, cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I love you, carnal.
All right, man. Love you too, bro.
Love
all right,
you.
Hey, good night, everybody.
That was my boy Key. He's the shit. Woo! Oh, Bert. Heads in the air.
It's okay. It's okay.
Holy cow. That was bad. Who? Who's that? Oh, no, that's see, hey, if you want to come on, dude, hit me up.
And see if she'll come on. No, she said she took her face off already.
Yo, Jimmy Lee, if you're listening, Jimmy Lee, send me a request to get on, bro.
Abe said arriba, abajo.
Oh, my bad, Abe, I messed up. I got you.
You left him hanging.
Yeah. Yeah, I still got a lot of viewers, man. It's good. It's good. We're still going. Before they kicked me off, I don't even know how many hours I'm on right now. I think you get 4 hours.
You're on 3.
I'm on 3. We're still good. Yo, Jimmy Lee Arguijo, if you're on, request to come on, bro. I'd love to talk to you on the air.
When? He said, we all love Bumper.
Who's that? Oh, when he said that? Everybody loves me, man. Come on, dog. I'm a good guy. Eloy, what's up, carnalito? Next week, hopefully by next week, I'll have an actual, like a for real, legit intro to Wacky Wednesday. So y'all stay tuned for that. I'm working on some, my kids, they want to make some t-shirts to all wear on Wednesdays. That'd be pretty cool. Abe, man, I love you, bro. You're in it to win it, dog. You with me all the hours I'm on, even on East Coast time. If you haven't been on, you want to get on, hit me up. Put on here a request to come on, so I can add you, dude. Let's see if I have any right now. No, none right now. None right now. Kathy, how you doing? How's it going? Harriet, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for joining this. A very important conversation. Thank you for having this open dialogue. Hey, that's what it's about. That's what it's all about, man. My buddy Benny said it earlier. Like, we grew up in a small town. Like, we didn't see color, man. I mean, if you were to see people, talk to people where I grew up, it wasn't us, man. That just, it wasn't. It really hurts my heart when I see it. Like, I never really see it until it's too. What the heck am I doing here? What did I just do? What happened?
Where's Maya?
Who?
Maya.
Maya?
Maya.
They want to get on or what?
No, and then his daughter Maya.
Oh, she said hi to you earlier.
I know.
Yo, Brian Bonner, if you're on.
Maya.
Brian Bonner, if you're on. Oh, man, let me bring this son of a gun on.
He wants to come on?
Nah. Yo, you know who you are. If you want to come on, hit me up. Brian Bonner was on here, a good friend of mine from back home. Freaking, he used to play for the San Diego Chargers.
Mike Martinez is watching.
Yeah, he's on right now. Shoot, man. Freak, if I can get Nasty Nell, I don't know if he's still on. Nasty Nell. Nelson, if you're on, bro.
He's still on.
Send me a request, dude. I want to get you on here. I'd love to hear from you, dog. I miss you, bro. Nelson, he was my my roommate on the ship, man. He was the chief cook. Oh, there he is. He's on, baby. Let's add him on here, right here. Here we go. I don't know where he's at. He's probably in Hawaii or something. I don't know. We'll find out right now. She might be in the chow hall right now as we speak. Let's see. Get him added on here.
Retired already?
No, hell no. He's freaking gonna be the senior cook in the Marine Corps.
Willie who? Layu?
I don't know. Let's see. Oh, my buddy Willie. He lives in Seattle. Who did?
Why?
Oh my God, he declined. Yo, Nell, what happened, bro?
¿Qué haces tú con
There he goes.
eso?
Hold on, let's see if he comes on.
Hey.
You guys got to hear my boy talk. He's got a freaking awesome accent. Come on, Nell, get on, bro. He's coming on. Let's see. What's everybody else up to? I still got quite a bit of viewers from being on for a long time. Now, come on, bro. Let's see. Yo, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Senior cook with a six-pack. That's for sure, bro. Yo, that is straight up for sure that? Right there. Let's see. My boy Nell is freaking ripped. I don't know what happened here. Let's see.
What up from Washington?
Who's that? Oh yeah, we got Washington State in the house.
I want to go there.
Seahawk fans. Uh-oh, he's coming up. No, there he is. The legend, baby.
What's up, man? I'm here with the wife.
What's up, Nell?
Hi. Hey.
How you doing? Nell, where you at, bro?
Hawaii, son.
Hawaii. Damn. You surfing yet or not?
Nah. I went surf last weekend. I got cut up by the rocks, man.
You got cut up by the rocks?
Yeah.
Damn, dog.
Yeah, just work.
What time is it over there right now?
It's 18:16. For you civilian guy, it's 16:16. 6:16.
6:16 p.m., bro. Damn, dog. You're out in the Pacific somewhere. Hey, did your lady miss San Antonio yet or what?
Well, that's the retirement spot.
Oh hell yeah, baby!
Because
Party,
we
dog.
were
You would be like, oh man.
we were in Laredo last year around this time when I was PCSing, and we stayed in Laredo most of my leave, and then came here.
Bro, were you working with the cartels or what? What the hell are you doing in Laredo, dog?
Nah, I was doing border patrol.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Shit,
man.
that's crazy, dog.
Yeah, so if I don't get picked up on this board, I'll have to retire, and then within the next 2 years, you'll see me.
Master Guns, huh? You go for that Master Gunny?
Try it. You'll see.
I bet saying to you, what's up?
Yeah. Tell you to take that do-rag off when you're talking to me.
You heard that, I bet.
Yo, now, but that dude killed lions, bro. What you got, bro? Trinidad Tobago, they don't be killing lions, dog. They be fishing over there. Yeah. I bet he killing lions, bro.
Hey, while he hunting, I'll be chilling, drinking coconuts and drinking rum and shit.
Oh shit, bro! Man, good to see you, dog.
I know, man. So how you living?
You got your wife over there with you?
Yeah.
You enjoying the life over there in Hawaii?
Yes, sir.
How much a gallon of milk? Be real.
Like what? How much a gallon of milk, baby? Like $6?
What the?
Yeah, we buy half a gallon. We don't buy the whole thing.
Hey, but you don't bring the shit from the child, dog. Look at them. They used to always be full of shit.
No, I can't be caught stealing from the government.
Now I'm gonna tell you, bro. Look, I'm gonna be real. My boy, he's probably watching. His name is Gutierrez. I was stationed in North Carolina, bro. On last couple of days, that fool shoots through, dog. We barbecue every weekend. Chicken, we have all the vegetables, but that's when the Chahos are ran 100% by the Marine Corps. They didn't have the civilian thing no more.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I was stationed here back in 2001, back in 9/11, and we used to do the same thing. We'll take everything from the chow hall that didn't go back in the storeroom and barbecue by the barracks. There was a barracks bash every weekend.
We can't do that now. The civilians be like, hell no. We can't do that shit.
Well, yeah, people getting arrested for stealing ice cream here.
Yo, so those of y'all that are watching, this is my buddy now, man. He was my partner in crime. He was actually my roommate. Shit, for 7 months on now.
Yup.
On the shit, man. We sell the 7 C's together, bro.
Hey.
But we were never hungry, dog. Huh?
That's true. We had a diverse set in the room because you had the Caribbean guy, we had the 2 Hispanic guys, and then we had the Indian guy.
Yeah, you said we had that. You're right, dog. We were diverse. I'm gonna tell a story real quick. Look, man, I don't know what. I think we just finished working out. Me and my buddy and Bad, and we're like, yo, man, we're hungry, dog. And you weren't in the room, so if you weren't in the room, you were in the chow hall. You know what I mean, running shit. So I pick up the phone from our room and I call Nell. I said, Nell, we hungry, dog. He's like, no worries. On the way. Yo, next thing you hear, little Lance Corporal knocking on our door like, hey, Governor Sean Nelson said this for y'all. He had a loaf of bread and like a big ass pack of turkey, dog. And there's no, for those of y'all never been on shit, bro, there's no refrigerators in our room. So when he said it, you can't send it back. You gotta eat it all, bro. So we sat there and ate turkey for fucking hours. Making sandwiches everywhere, bro.
Dude, I was on ship a year and a half ago on the East Coast on the 24th meal.
Yeah.
I didn't get no stateroom this time, man. I was in Gen Pop with all the E7s and above. We had
so they didn't have no New York. They didn't have no New York class ships that you were on.
They did, but they didn't want, because I was part of the command staff. I couldn't go on the smaller deck. I had to go on the big deck.
So you were like, well, like on our Boxer, you were on their version of the Boxer.
Yeah, a 45-man burden area with surgeon that's packed. And coronavirus didn't have shit on that ship. When one person caught the flu, the whole ship caught the flu.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
That's crazy, bro. Hey, but was the ship made to where like the berthing for you guys were right underneath the chief mess?
Yep.
Yeah, that's in the box. That's how it was.
It was right next to the chief nest. On top of me was the bake shop for the chow hall, and they had a little foxhole with a ladder. So I made sure my rack was right next to the ladder, just in case, you know, we got flooding or something. I could escape real quick.
What you say now? You can't swim now?
Go. Hey, when they stopped the shipping in there, and we was doing the at sea how you call it, swim quad, and they diving off the side of the ship swimming. I was like, yeah, buddy, hey, you doing good, boy. I ain't doing that shit.
We did it too. Remember we did it on the equator.
Yep. And they had the guy with the shotgun for sharks and all that. Yep.
That's freaking nuts, dude. That's awesome.
Hey,
so you're on K-Bay right now, huh?
Yep. Yeah, I'm living a dream, man. It's nice.
Too bad we can't. Hey, how long are you
gonna be there?
I just got here a year ago, so I got 3 more years before I retire.
You got 3 years to take your
So what you're saying is, if me and my wife want to go to Honolulu, we got a place to stay.
We're not driving, but sure.
We can drive.
Drive by yourself.
Yeah, we got a 4-bedroom house, and it's me and the wife alone. And my nephew, her nephew, is just about to go to boot camp, so it's just gonna be 2 of us.
So what you're saying is, you invited me that I could come over to. Oh shit.
Yo, hey, pack your bags.
Just gotta bring some Hennessy with me.
You gotta bring shit, dog. Just bring smiles and hugs.
Smiles and
That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm. Hey, dude, I can't figure you out, dude. You married a Mexican lady, but every time I see your pictures, you're still freaking ripped. She's not making any tortillas. What's going on, bro?
Hey, Crystal. Mami, ven aquí.
Oh shit!
They say you're starving me. Trust me, it's a struggle in the house because since we have closed all the gyms, I just won the 100-mile club race. We had 30 days to do 100 miles, and I did it in 15 days, running 8 miles a day.
What?
They say you're starving me because I always look ripped and you Mexican.
Tell her, Crystal.
I'm making.
Yo, he's ripped.
I'm making tacos right now, and he's gonna eat. Yeah, he eats them. I'm making carne asada tacos.
Damn, son. No, and tell the world how old you are, bro.
I'm 51.
51 years old. This dude is freaking ripped.
I don't get how Master Sergeant Nelson is 85 years old with a 6-pack. Dang,
Who said that?
Oh shit, man, that's freaking awesome. All right, now, dude, it was great freaking talking to you, bro. When I get on, direct message me. Do you have the same phone number that you had when I came to see you here?
Yeah, what?
Do you have the same phone number that you had when I came to see you here in San Antonio?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna text you, bro. I for real, dude, that would be, if I could get out there, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, I think you could Mac flight out here too, up to the airport.
Don't start with that Mac shit. You won't end up somewhere you don't want to be in the damn Mac place. So,
all right, boss.
All right, man. You, Chris, y'all be good, bro. Good talking to you, man. You be hearing from me soon now.
Okay, man.
All right, brother.
All right,
later.
All right, later.
That was freaking awesome, dude. All the way from Honolulu, Hawaii, Kanoe Bay. That was freaking nice. Yo, that guy right there is 51 years old. He ran 100 miles in less than 15 days.
30 days or 15 days?
No, in 15 days.
Oh,
he had up to 30 days, but he got first place.
Dang.
What do you call it? Abe said, hell no, he's 98 years old. Shit, man. Where's my time? Are we almost up on time?
Good night, guys.
How can y'all check my
Say
time?
good night to Maya.
Oh, I got 7 minutes. 7 minutes, man.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Miss Maya.
And Key, because he's watching.
And Key, I'm tired.
Get your ass to sleep. I'm about to eat some tacos.
I'm about to go to sleep. I have to take Mika to the airport tomorrow.
What time?
8. Well, he's got to be there by 8.
Oh, shit. Well, I have 7 minutes, so I'm not going to do a part 6.1 tonight. I want to thank you guys for joining us.
Where are you going, Jacob?
I want to thank my brother Rene.
Are you leaving, Melissa? Yeah. But be careful, Mama. What time are you picking her up tomorrow?
I want to thank my brother Rene for coming on and giving me his time earlier in the video. Meant a lot to me. Hey man, if you're out there, you guys watch this tomorrow or the next day or whatever. If y'all want to be on, dude, let me know, man. If I can get you on the calendar, my wife's running I know it sounds crazy, but my wife's running the calendar right now. I know it sounds like, well, who does this guy think he is? He's got this crazy show. No, really. Like, we're trying to fit people in. People hitting us up. I would love to have anybody, man, whatever, business owners, small business owners, whatever. Let me know. I'd love to have you on Wacky Wednesday. Again, it's just something that I did I started it during the quarantine. Some of us are still in quarantine, but I started it just to kill some time. People digged it. You know, it's gonna get better. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to get this on YouTube. Maybe start my own YouTube channel. And if you guys have subjects to talk about, anything, dude, I don't care what it is, bro. Food, I love food. You know, today we talked about what's going on in the world. I'm gonna try to do the panel. There's some people that I want to reach out to and see what happens. I can get them on, and I want it to be like real. I want it to be realistic and give, you know, have people say what they really want to say. Thank you to all my viewers from all over the world. It's funny and it's crazy to say, but literally have viewers from all over the world, from Washington State, from New York, from Florida, from Cali, Texas, Okinawa, Japan. It's freaking cool, man. It's cool. I'm glad you guys find it in your heart to give me, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Appreciate you joining us. You know, we might rub you the wrong way, or I might rub you the wrong way. It's all good, man. I don't mean no harm to anybody. I don't mean, you know, I mean, want nothing but the best for everybody, you know. But again, thank y'all for joining us.
You ready, monkey?
Those of y'all that hung out with me for the whole 4 hours, shoot, you're awesome. I just got my timer. I got 4 minutes and 50 seconds to kill. But yeah, it's gonna get better, man. I'm gonna try to get a little green room set up. My daughter got me some mics. I got my light. You heard some of the guests talk about my setup. I'm gonna try to get a little bit better. And like I said, maybe I can get the podcast done where you guys can hear it when you're driving somewhere or something. But again, thank you guys for joining us. Another Wacky Wednesday in the books, episode 6, 2020.
Where did Lena buy this from?
I love every single one of y'all. Hope y'all have a great rest of the week. Keep your heads up. Whatever you're going through, we're praying for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Be somebody. And always remember there's somebody looking at you. Whether they tell you or not, somebody's looking up at you. So be that example. Be that example for somebody. Love y'all. Good night.